I haven't felt the need to do this for the 2 weeks that I've not been streaming. But I now can't get that arm above my head again. Oh, goodness me. Hello, how are we doing? Welcome to the pre-stream stream. This is where the cool kids hang. As you can see, just wearing a t-shirt, but keeping things casual. I'm still not well. Can you believe after 2 weeks, I'm still not 100%. I've been sweating like an absolute monster whenever I put a suit on. And it's not particularly warm, but my temperature is still up and down all over the place. I reckon if I had to put an old style football manager, thank you for all these subs that are coming in, by the way, you crazy people. If I had to put an old style FM fitness percentage against myself, I reckon I'm about 65, 70% at the moment. It has been a rough couple of weeks, but we're back. How are we all doing? Have we all had a good couple of weeks in my absence? My word, this is a lot of subs. Let's thank everybody as these come in. Adam Blamplate, 12 months. Nathan Powell, 11 months. Purple Monk Gaming, sorry, in with 100 bits. Jack Smith in for 3 months. Fleming, 30 months now for Fleming as a sub. Big Mike's in on a 12-month streak. V-Kells is on 10 months. The Davy Scoop, 6 months on a tier 2. Beautiful stuff. Glider Dan's in for 13 months. Thank you, everybody, for the... I'm off to bed now. I've made my money. I'm off to bed. Thanks very much. Toodle pip. Goodbye. Thanks very much for watching. I'll do a little bit more. I'll do just a little bit more. Oh, there we go. There we go. The Wolverine's in on 12 months as well. Beagles is saying he's done a sub. It might be that so many have just come through together that yours has slipped through the net. I can't see it on the list, but I can see that you're subbed. You've got the you've got your nut next to your name, so thank you very much to Beagles. Thank you very much. The KFC vouchers work in Ireland. I'm not sure. It is KFC UK and Ireland who are sponsoring the showdown, so I assume they probably do. But your best bet would be to check with Dr. Ben, I think, because I am not entirely sure on the answer to that question. Should we play some Football Manager, boys and girls? I think we should. Where? How do I do that? Over here. There we go. See, I've even remembered where all the buttons are. What I can't really remember is where we are in this save when I just loaded it up to do the little tweet to start things off. I realised we were top of the league. Not only top of the league, but top of the league with a 6-point gap. So that's nice. I also thought we'd sold Prieto, but it turns out we haven't. And I was convinced we had sold him, but it seems that he's still here. Beagles, thank you for the bits. But he's apparently still here. We've just off the back of a January transfer special. Transfer window, transfer special. A special transfer window where we've brought in a couple of players. Sold a couple of players. But it looks like we're just in jolly good form. Jason Odendahl, thank you very much for the sub. We're in excellent form, in fact. This is our first full season at Sheffield United, if I remember rightly. This is season 9 of this Twitch version of Non-League to Legend. We started in Wales, we went to Scotland, and we're now in England. And I think we've already kind of unofficially committed that we'll probably leave at the end of the season and go and continue our journey, because we've got lots of other interesting leagues loaded. We probably don't need to have Wales and Scotland loaded anymore because we're not likely to go back to them. But we've got Austria, Turkey, Holland, Portugal and Russia all loaded as leagues that we've never played in before. So they're all potentially interesting destinations. In fact, I might bin these two off and add a couple more potentially interesting leagues on as well. So we want big-ish nations that I've never managed in before is what we're looking for here. Do we want to do something Scandinavian maybe? Should we have a look to see what the next biggest leagues are? Shaved your balls yet? I haven't shaved my balls yet. I'm doing that tomorrow. What a question. I had to cancel. I had to push back all my brand deals and everything because I was sick as well. So we've got Portugal, Holland, Russia, Scotland, Greece we've done. So we want Ukraine, Denmark. Let's add the Ukraine and Denmark and take out Scotland and Wales. Just to add a couple more interesting leagues in. So Ukraine can go in as well. And that gives us options for the end of this season, which is lovely, lovely stuff. Belgium and Portugal. Yeah, Portugal's already on there. Belgium I've managed in before. Posture check. We can do a posture check for sure. Thank you for the bits. Who's just done bits? And Alan, thank you for the sub as well. Switzerland as well. One of my favourite ever pre-YouTube saves was in Switzerland. So I will add Switzerland. I did like 6 seasons in Switzerland. Had a midfielder called David Lebrun, who was with me all the time. He came through as a winger, turned him into a central midfielder, and he was a superstar. But never made it out of the Swiss Challenge League. I was there for 6 years, couldn't get promoted, and ended up, I think I got the Ebbsfleet job after 6 seasons in the Swiss second tier. So it's a pretty low level league. But we'll add the Swiss league on as well, because I do like Switzerland. I have managed in Denmark. That's a good point. I have managed in Denmark. We'll take Denmark off. We did do a little save with Brøndby, didn't we? So we'll take Denmark off. I think that is fine. We'll leave it as that for now. Cool. Right. Let's try and win this top of the table clash. We're at home against Fulham. I can't really remember anything about this team. Other than the fact that apparently we're quite good. So let's remind ourselves. Let's just get into a game and see how good we are. When will the Born database come out? Oh, soon. It's literally only a 20-minute job. I just need to go through, verify it on the updated version of the game, because it's on a previous version of the previous patch. So I need to verify it in the editor and then get all the graphics together and the config files and put them all in a zip file and get it uploaded. It's like a 20-minute job, but just finding 20 minutes at the moment is proving to be challenging. There is exciting developments happening over the next couple of weeks, which is going to give me a lot more free time. Not free time, but a lot more time to just get stuff like that done. I'll try and get it done this week, but I can't make any promises. It really depends on if I can find the time to do it. But like I say, there's exciting stuff coming. We're doing a countdown on Twitter to it every day at the moment. 1st of May, everything changes. And as soon as I can tell you what that means, I will tell you what that means. But 1st of May, everything changes. When's the old chair being changed with the new chair? Will I be doing a video? It'll definitely be in a video. I probably won't video building a chair because I don't think that's a very interesting video. But the new chair is out in the hallway now, still in its box. So, anytime now. Dun, 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 dun. Ever see myself doing a retro save for YouTube? I don't think I'd do a full save. Obviously, oh, what a goal. Blimey. Shame it was against us, but whew, what a goal. What was I saying? Yeah, I obviously did the video yesterday on the retro database. And I'd like to do more stuff like that, but it's finding the right database. I don't want them to get boring. So I only do it if it's really interesting. I'm never going to be one who just does loads of experiments. But if there's something that I find really interesting, then I'll do it. But yeah, if I can find more interesting stuff like that, I'll do more stuff like that. I don't think I'd do a Let's Play, though, because I think as much as people think they'd like the idea of it, it would get pretty dull pretty fast. It's the same with any save, really. People think they want different until they're 20 episodes in, and then they get bored of not recognizing any of the players or not knowing what's going on, and pretty soon people just want to be back in the Premier League. It's what I'm noticing with both the saves I've got going on at the moment. Neither of them are pulling in massive numbers because neither of them are in the Premier League. So it's just one of those things. Luckily, it's the time of the year where that doesn't matter so much. Ben followed. Thank you for following. But Walsall, Mr. H, and Jake, thank you both for your resubs. Both in for over a year now, which is beautiful. Chelsea's in as well, extending their subscription as well. And Beagles is throwing bits around like they're going out of fashion, which I am absolutely on board with. The other thing, of course, if anyone is on the market for a VPN, we've not done much support for NordVPN this month. Bless them. They've been sponsoring us all month, and I've not streamed for 2 weeks. So if anyone is after a VPN, go check out what they've got to offer. They're the best one, and VPNs are awesome. Things are opening up again, certainly in the UK over the next, well, tomorrow. People are going to be able to start getting out and about a little bit more. You might find yourself on trains or in cafes or even in a beer garden needing to use the Wi-Fi. And the last thing you want to do when you're on Wi-Fi is use any of your important data on your phone or your laptop or whatever it might be without the protection of a VPN, because you're leaving yourself open to rascals getting at your data. You don't want rascals to get at your data, so a VPN will protect you from rascals. I mean, it's not in the official marketing spiel, but I'm gonna put it out there and challenge people to prove me wrong. NordVPN, 100% rascal free. What more could you possibly want? Fred, thank you very much for the sub. 16 months. Haircut tomorrow. I might give I've just pressed the wrong button. We lost that game. We're being punished. I'm going to give myself a haircut again this week, even though the barbers are open again. I'm a safe internet experience. Archduke Melon, absolutely spot on. Thank you for the sub and the subtle plug through Gethin. That's a problem as well. We're losing players left, right, and centre. I can't remember what I was going to say now. Yeah, I'm not going to go back to getting my hair cut by strangers. I cut my own hair now. We're still in lockdown in Ireland, so no going yet. Could be till summer before we're allowed out. That's not great. The gym's open again tomorrow here. Actually, because there's a gym within a 3-minute walk of my front door. I've lived here 6 months and never gone to that gym because it's always been closed, but it reopens tomorrow. I went on their website this afternoon to see about getting a membership. I don't know if it's just because they've not turned the system back on yet, but it's telling me there's no memberships available. So I don't know if they're doing a like a staged reopening where they're just getting their existing members in for now and they're not taking on new customers currently. But I might just have a walk down there tomorrow and say, what's happening? I want to join. What's happening? But my grand plan to join the gym that's 3 minutes away from my house has been dealt its first blow. Rockin' Bob, thank you very much for the Prime sub. That was a 16-year-old. 16-year-old goalkeeper. See, why? I mean, bearing in mind we're in the Championship. All this kerfuffle we've had with Alex Williams in the home save, at no point have we had a 16-year-old goalkeeper who's already 3.5 stars in the Championship come up on my scout report. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Have I been able to add youth players to this save? I haven't touched the save since the last stream, so there's probably some players that still need adding, definitely. He's 2 stars, Kev. He's not 2 stars. Only a glass half full pessimist would say he's 2 stars. He's between 2 and 3.5. I'm an optimist, and I'll read that as 3.5 all day long. Anyone who reads that as 2 stars needs to have a word with themselves and learn some positivity. Goodness me. A gym that's only 3 minutes away is fantastic. I used to go to a 24-hour gym because the only time I could go was after work. Oh, yeah, convenience, absolutely. Apparently, Michael Tong is coming in as our under-18s manager. He's a former Sheffield United player, isn't he? He is. Well, what an excellent signing by Joe Fleming, Director of Football. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I will go to that gym every day once I can get in there because it's 3 minutes away and I'll have no excuse not to. It'll take me longer to put my shoes on than it would take to walk down there. But so I'll have no excuses. Certainly once Andy's in school and we're going down to meet his hopefully new school on Tuesday. We're taking him down there for them to meet him, for us to meet all the staff. And fingers crossed we'll get a start date and everything will be good. And within a couple of weeks, he should be in school. The 1st of May, big change will be happening. And the combination of those two things means all of a sudden what has been super hectic, 18-hour days, no sleep, will just be, I've got time to go to the gym. I've got time to go for a walk. I've got time to do some batch cooking. I've got time to maybe pick up one of these every now and again and see if I remember how they work. It's going to be awesome. I suggest Velcro will help with the shoes. Velcro is an amateur solution. I have stretchy shoelaces that you just tie once the first time you put your shoes on, and then they just become slip-ons from then on. So my shoes are just slip-ons with stretchy shoelaces. Velcro, just too much effort in Velcro. What am I cooking in batches? I haven't got any specific plans. I used to do a lot of batch cooking. I used to do a lot of curries. I'd do like pies. I'd do bolognese and lasagna-y stuff. But mainly curries, chili, that kind of thing. Yeah, being able to put the new chair together, because it's sat there and I just haven't had time to do it. It's ridiculous. Me and Anna were going to do it after dinner today, and we had a quick look. I'm glad we had a quick look on YouTube to just see how involved it is in doing it, because if it was just a case of screwing on wheels and plonking the seat on like a Staples office chair is, then we'd have just done it. But there's like 35 parts that need assembling together. There's Allen keys and screws and all sorts. So yeah, we decided it wasn't a job for today. Are Peterborough going up? Peterborough are going up because we're great, especially after yesterday with Sunderland dropping points. Is it a 5-point gap above Sunderland now? With I know they've got a game in hand, but it's either a 5 or a 6-point gap. 5-point gap with them with a game in hand, but we've got a better goal difference. So I would say we've got to bottle that now, haven't we? We've also got a game in hand over Hull. I still wouldn't be at all surprised. Bearing in mind Grant McCann is a numpty, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's us and Sunderland who go up automatically. Although Sunderland didn't do themselves any favours at all yesterday, but we're in incredible form, so I think we've got a very good chance of going up. And I don't care who comes up with us. I can see someone else is asking what chair I've got. I have got. Don't buy one of these right now, because I should have a code for you if you really want to buy one. One of the reasons I'm not splurging it everywhere yet is because they haven't given me my code yet. But this is hashtag gifted. Can't get on their website. Apparently their website doesn't work. Tremendous. Am I online? I am online. Here we go. So the one I've got is, I think it's this one. It's a big boy one. Is this the big boy one? Yeah, extra large chair that can hold more than 441 pounds. No, I'm not 441 pounds, but it's their big chair. And it's that one. And it's very cool. I think it's that color. It says maroon and black, so I don't know if it's that one that's really, really maroon. But it's a very snazzy piece of chair. Reclines all the way back. I can sleep in here. But yeah, I just need to assemble the thing. It's a 36 kilo box. It is heavy moving it around the place. Right, do we need a scout? We've got scouts. We do need a scout. How have we only got 4 scouts at the club? How do we survive in a world with just 4 scouts? That seems ridiculous. Let's get a scout in. We've got Hull to pay. I hope you're right that it's us and Posh going out. I suspect it will be. Still in our hands technically. 2 games in hand and we still need to play Hull. Wow. Who did Posh have on the last day? Doncaster. We played Doncaster twice in our final 5 games. We've got Doncaster home and away. We also have the local derby against Wobblers. So it's a big run in, that's for sure. If I slept in a chair, even one that reclines, I'd be sore from it. Yeah, I don't have any plans to actually sleep in the chair. I mean, theoretically, this one reclines all the way back. I've never actually done it because I'm just worried it would snap. Because this one isn't built for the fuller figured man. This is a normal size man's chair. So I don't want to push this one backwards. When I get my new one, I'm going to be like riding around the house on it, ride it down the stairs. Do I think Posh are good enough to stay up? Not in our current form, but we'll bring players in. We've been quite open at the start of the season that this year we prioritised weird text messages from Sheepdog. Don't know what he's asking me. We prioritised, because of the wage cap in League One this year, we spent big on our attack. We spent like 2.5 million on Smolix and Big Johnson combined. High salaries on our attacking players and midfield players, and fully acknowledged we didn't have a great defence because we weren't prioritising the defence. We went for cut price journeyman defenders. So I think we definitely need to upgrade at the back if we go up and enter this world of no wage caps. Our chairman's mentioned before that for us, I don't know if this is how it is for all clubs, but for us, promotion to the Championship is worth about £10 million a season. So when you consider there's going to be that extra supposed 10 million plus the Ivan Toney money that will come through again this summer, because Brentford will either get promoted or they'll sell him, or both. The ideal is they get promoted and then sell him, because we get a big 7-figure chunk of cash if they go up, and we've got a big sell on for him as well. So in an ideal world, Brentford get promoted and then sell Ivan Toney for similar sort of money they sold Ollie Watkins for, and that could be another 5 million as part of the Ivan Toney deal. So we could potentially have an extra 10 to 15 million pounds, which, okay, there's going to be pay rises and that kind of thing, but we should be able to go out and get a little bit more depth in midfield and some better defenders, and maybe even a little bit of depth up front. We'll have to see. Big Johnson might be going to Celtic. I don't think Clark Harris leaves if we get promoted. I'd be very surprised to see him go if we get promoted, because he's not a Championship player even. I mean, I'd be surprised to see Celtic want him. He's never really done anything above League One level, and he's 26, I think. So it's interesting. Toney won't go if Brentford go up. I mean, they might not get a choice in the matter. It depends what level Ivan Toney is considered to be at now. If Harry Kane goes to Manchester City...
Eyes.
Shady's back. Thank you for the sub, Shady. 33 months. But isn't Harry Kane off to City? So if Harry Kane go off to City, then Spurs have already been linked with Ivan Toney. If Spurs come in for Ivan Toney for 40 million, it doesn't matter what league Brentford are in. They're selling, aren't they? Toney's not good enough for Spurs. He's already been linked with Spurs. People said Toney wasn't good enough for the Championship, and now he's ripping it up. Aren't Posh legally mandated to sell a striker for big money every summer? We don't need to if we get promoted. That's the thing. We do that as our way to fund the club and operate as a profit in League One. But when we get promoted, we don't need to. Everton want Toney. See, yeah, lots of Premier League clubs will want Toney. Why would anyone outside of the top four not want Ivan Toney? He's young, he's English, and he's absolutely ripping the Championship apart. What is there not to want about Ivan Toney? I'd snap Toney up in a heartbeat at Brighton without question. Yeah, exactly. Who do you think would go if you didn't go up, Dembele or Clark Harris? Well, Dembele's the one who wants to go, and he's the one with the most upside, I think. I think if I was... I mean, I would say he's more likely to go to Celtic, because his brother's there, isn't he? Is Karamoko still at Celtic? So, yeah, I don't know. I think we probably get more money for Dembele because of his age. Clark Harris is a bit of a journeyman League One player, isn't he? Who's just scored a lot of goals in a good team. But I don't know if he's good enough to even take the step up to the Championship. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he rips the Championship apart next season. But I'm not as confident about Clark Harris going into the Championship as I would be with someone like Toney or Jack Marriott or Dwight Gale or Britta Sombolonga or any of these players we've had over the years. Dembele was vaguely linked with Brighton last summer. I mean, could I just point out we're absolutely ruining Derby here? Did you see Dembele's goals from yesterday? The man is it's like the ball is glued to him. It's spectacular watching Dembele play. Hydrate. I shall hydrate. Medveden, thank you very much for the sub. Tony will go to a Leeds Brighton type of team. I don't know if they've got the money. Are they paying 40 million plus for a striker? Because Ollie Watkins went to Villa for what, 35 million? He scored less goals than Tony has. And if Brentford go up this year, he scored less goals in a worse team. So if Ivan Toney finishes as championship top scorer in a team that's got promoted to the Premier League, he's got to be worth a chunk more than Ollie Watkins was. So you got to look at the price that Villa paid for him and then think, right, do the likes of Leeds or Brighton, that kind of level, are they paying 40 million plus for a player who's never played in the Premier League? I don't know. Personally feel Tony is a Newcastle player. Newcastle had their chance with Ivan Toney. And they blew it. My favourite thing is that the day we bought him off of Newcastle, Rafa Benitez didn't know who he was, and he was Newcastle manager at the time. And the story goes that he was said, "We're selling Ivan Toney to Peterborough. Is that okay?" And he's like, "Who?" It just says it all, really. It's beautiful. As a Celtic fan raging about us passing on Tony. I don't think it was that you passed on Tony, it's that you refused to pay his price, and Brentford came in and did pay his price. What do I think of Swindon? Don't really have much in the way of an opinion on Swindon, really. Apparently we're signing Kolo Touré as a coach. Who knew? To be fair, was Tony ever at Newcastle when Benitez was there? They always sent him out on loan. Yeah, but you'd think he'd have a look at him at some point. Rather than just automatically sending him out on loan every year. You'd think he'd just bring him in for a pre-season session and have a look at him. JPF something. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. It does smack of terrible business from Newcastle. They did everything right. They identified him young. They got him off Wobblers for what, 200,000? Northampton must be fuming. I don't think they even had a sell on. So they nicked him off Northampton for next to nothing. And then just forgot he existed. What was the point of bringing him in? We refused to pay an extra million for Tony. Got a jetty, decent play on us. So seeing Tony tear up from the hardest leagues in the world frustrates me. Yeah, I mean, I told you also. I told you Tony would do the job. How am I feeling? I'm all right. I'm feeling better than I have been. I've still got a really dicky tummy. I've actually been speculating that it might have been the hair dye that ruined me, because I had a COVID test, so I didn't have COVID. That last stream that I did a couple of weeks ago, within 20 minutes of that stream finishing, I was cold sweats, shivering, fevering, and myself on the toilet. So it hit me like an absolute thing that hit me really hard. And I stayed ill, like really ill, for a good week or so. So I don't know if it was just a stomach flu that came on really suddenly, or as Anna points out, I put loads of that green wax stuff in my beard and moustache and sat here all through the stream sipping on a coffee and sipping on a drink. So I guess I ingested a lot of it. I ingested a moustache's worth of dodgy green hair dye that I bought on Amazon. I can't imagine it was that. I think I just had a stomach flu that smashed me. But it was horrible. Something must have been wrong. You got peer pressured into playing GeoGuessr. I know. Well, I think I talked about it on the podcast last week. It was one of those things where, because I'm in performance mode when I'm streaming, the adrenaline's pumping. It's like one of those things where I'm comparing it to, it's as if you're in a car crash and you've broken 8 bones, but you don't feel it straight away because you've got the adrenaline thumping through you. And it's only when you start to calm down, you're like, oh my word, these broken bones really hurt. It was a bit like that. I'm streaming, so I'm not really paying attention to how I'm thinking or feeling or anything along those lines. But the moment I stopped streaming and just sat, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It was awful. Was it the Schwartz hair dye? No, it was much cheaper than that. It was it was no brand, generic. It was probably just green poster paint mixed in with hair wax. A loyal royal, thank you for the sub.
You're back, enjoying the content and series on as well. LOLLUJO Kingnut.
Bum 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 bum. Any news of home shirts? No, I wouldn't expect them yet. When did the pre-orders close? I'm not even sure when pre-orders closed. I'll have to check my emails and check the dates, but 4 to 6 weeks after pre-orders closing is when they should be out. So I've not been told there's anything to delay them, so they should be good. We've almost got the Bourne ones ready to go. So as far as I'm aware, everything is running as it should over at Hope and Glory. So they should be on time whenever on time is. I'd have to check when on time is. First week of March. So they should be any time now. I'm due to speak to them this week to finalise the Bourne shirt. So I'll ask them then if there's an update on the home shirts. So yeah, they should be any time now, I guess. 6 weeks is the middle of the month. Yeah, so within the next week to 10 days, I would expect. They've not told me they won't be that, so I've got no reason to doubt them. I used white hair gel dye stuff 3 Christmases ago on my beard, dressed as Santa, then did tea, coffee at work, and had a bad 24 hours, so could be related to that. Not a bad shout, Manna. Oh, God, can you imagine poisoning myself? And it didn't even look green. You couldn't even tell I had it in. Poisoning myself for no reason. Even Kev, I have to say, even though I'm an avid fan of your work and streams, the FM stuff on the channel has really not been enjoyable for me. Wait for something new. Oh, that's a shame. You ain't gonna get anything new for a little while. I'm loving the stuff at the moment, but these 2 series we've got at the moment are probably the 2 favourite series I've done, arguably ever, because they're hard. I haven't had challenges in Football Manager for years, so I'm loving these series. I wouldn't be upset if this is it until FM22 now. What do I use the Mac Mini for? Just general, like, day-to-day computing. Anything I don't have to use the PC for. I hate Windows PCs. They're just clunky messes. So I use them where I have to use them, and for everything else, I use the Mac. I also use it for editing the vlog. Any editing that's not gaming related, so I edited the sticker opening video on. Anything that basically doesn't involve having to have a game running or having Elgato's plugged in is all done on the Mac. So I just prefer Mac to Windows. I'm a Mac hipster. Haven't gotten attached to any players. Then you need to re-familiarise yourself with the hero that is Harrison Davies. Arguably the most loved player in the history of the world. Owen, thank you for the sub. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, thanks for producing content. I only came into your most non-league legend. I've been loving the home playthrough the most. Any chance to do a live stream version of it? We did home live on Twitch last year. And we've kind of switched it around now. So home's gone to YouTube and we're now doing non-league to legend here for a bit. So not anytime soon, but we did it last year. Not that you can go back and watch it now. Renan is awesome as well. Yeah, I would say the home save, arguably you should be more attached to those players. You should be. I'll decide what you like. You should be more attached to those players than anyone else in any other save, because there's a lot of players in that team who've been there 7-8 years. Players who've come through all the leagues with us. There's someone like Micah Hamilton, who, I mean, if you've seen today's video, my goodness, Micah Hamilton. But we signed him when we were in tier 7, I think. He would have been written off and binned off in League 2 in a normal save. But because of the nature of the save, he had to stick around. We have to keep going back to him. And every now and again, he does something special. Alex Williams, exactly, Alex Williams. Tommy Jessup. Yeah, we've had to scapegoat him a little bit. Had to be done. We needed a villain, so I made him Tommy Jessup. I'm a big Kieran Hodgkinson fan. Hi, if you're watching. That's brilliant. Home's up there with Apollo, and I like the Bourne series, but it comes second place to Home. I think Bourne will get more and more interesting the deeper we get into it. Similar to the Bourne save we did last year in England. Because it's not got any boosts in it the way Home does, because Home has the sugar daddy or the sugar mummy and the boosted youth setup and the little advantages that allow us to have someone like Harrison Davies who can play for us all the way through because he was good enough at the start, whereas Bourne don't have any of that. We've got no money, no fans, no players, no history, no chance really. If I manage to get Bourne to the top tier, hasn't Troy Cannon been scapegoated too? See, Troy Cannon was never a regular starter. He's always just been a fringe player. He's 25 now and he's been a fringe player all the way through. He's had the odd burst of 15, 20 games where I've played him. But on the whole, Troy Cannon's always been a bench warmer. Never really liked Curry and Hodgkinson that much because they left. Yeah, but they had to leave. It was outside of their control. This is weird, but forced them out. Will Bourne go up this season, and will my hider FNG find me again by the end of the month? He'll just dodge me forever. Oh, and a language course. So we can afford language courses here. Will I get promoted with Bourne this season? I don't know, probably. I hope so. I can't imagine going 2 seasons in a row not getting promoted in tier 8. I don't think I've ever done that before. Getting stuck in tier 8. Oh, my camera's gone. Let's try and fix that. My new Elgato comes tomorrow, so this should stop happening. I'm getting the new Elgato Camlink Pro, so should be able to... It is turning back on. Should be able to have multiple cameras plugged in again, so if this happens, I can just flick over to one of the other cameras. Is it coming back on? The camera's probably overheated. But it's the only one connected at the moment because the other Elgatos, which is why I need the new one. Come on, camera, turn back on. Hey, it's not focused. Oh, it's not focused. Hold on. Just doing my little focusing thing, which I always use my book for. There we go. Seems focused enough. Yeah, I think it's overheating. But yeah, so tomorrow should get the new Camlink Pro, which is smashing, hopefully. Because then I only need to have one Elgato. I've got 3 Elgatos plugged into my PC at the moment. Whereas I guess I'll still need to have the 4K one because the gaming PC goes in on the 4K one, and the Camlink Pro doesn't have 4K, which is frustrating. It would be perfect if it had one 4K input. But Yeah, we'll have that. So I should have the multiple camera angles back. I'm playing a journeyman save. I got attached to the first club I'm playing with. Always happens. It's not always a bad thing. I got attached to all 3 clubs in Non-League to Legend this year. I was already pretty attached to one of them. But yeah, I think I stayed at all of them longer than I normally would. How have you been, Kev? How was half term? I've been sick and I didn't notice the school holidays because Andy hasn't been to school since October. Amy came here for a bit last week. She had a few days here. But her school holidays are running different to the rest of the country, it seems, because she's only halfway through. She's had her first week off, so she was here for the middle of the week. She went back to her mum's on Friday. She'll be here again next week. Well, at the weekend, coming up now. What mods can do predictions now? Only if they didn't set up the poll. Did you set the poll up, Shady? If you set up the poll, you can't do it. How do you not get bored whilst in a save? Because I do interesting saves. If you start to get bored, which I rarely do, but if you do, you just need to mix something up. So it might mean moving clubs or selling half the team and rebuilding. Yeah, if you're getting bored, you're probably doing the wrong kind of saves. One thing I did do when I was sick is ordered 48 cans of Apple Tango off of Amazon. Cost 25 quid. Sick Kev is a pervert. What's he doing spending £25 on Fizzy Pop? That didn't even come until I was feeling mostly better. It was like, oh, I feel sick. And I said, you need a full fat pop. That'll make you feel better. I don't like Coke. I want Apple Tango. Get some then. They don't sell it anymore. So I went on the internet, got myself some Apple Tango. It took a week to come. And now I've still got like 40 cans of Apple Tango. It is the best pop. We are not winning football matches anymore, by the way. It's great to see you back, Kev. It's great to be back. Does reduced FM21 price mean it's even cheaper on 2 game with my code? Yes. You get 10%, I think it's 10%, 10% off whatever 2 games listed price is with my code. Come on, boys and girls. We need, or just boys, there's probably no girls in the team. We need to get back to winning ways. We were 6 points clear at the start of the stream. We're letting everybody back in. I don't like seeing Sunderland lurking in 3rd place. It's a little bit too close to home. Ugh. We're not even top of the league anymore. We've done, what, 4 matches this evening? And thrown away a 6-point lead. Ridiculous. That's the form we had. That's the form we've now got. 1 win in 4. We need to sort our lives out. And now Prieto's out for 6 weeks. So we've lost our best player. There's a new Belotti coming through, though. 18-year-old son of Belotti. I want new Belotti. If he was a pressing forward, I'd be all over that. FM's upset at me for taking time off. Certainly taking time off for this save. It's not as if I've not been playing FM. I've been back making videos for a week. What's the day to the countdown that I keep tweeting? That's until everything changes. Everything's different. Everything changes. Where's GeoGuessr? We're not doing GeoGuessr tonight. We need to do some Football Manager. It's been too long. Once I'm back into the swing of things with streaming again, we'll slip some GeoGuessr in here and there. But we need to get some progress on this save. We need to get this season finished. We need to get the next batch of transfers done or some job hunting done, whichever comes next. We need to get our teeth into next season. Have I watched WrestleMania? I've kind of skipped through it the way I normally watch WWE stuff. So I watched the Drew McIntyre match. That set the tone for me, really. Ridiculous. Just, I don't want to get, I'm not going to get into wrestle talk, but why the hell do you have The Miz win the title off of McIntyre? Lashley beat him immediately, only for Lashley to then beat McIntyre. Why not just have Lashley beat McIntyre? Maybe, you know, do it at WrestleMania. McIntyre could have got into last night as champion, and then it would have been less of an anticlimax. But I don't know, it just felt like, yes, he's finally going to get to win the title in front of a crowd, and that's all I really wanted. And we didn't get it. Instead, we got a pathetic submission that wasn't a submission, a referee stoppage or whatever it was. Ridiculous. Then I fast forwarded over most of the rest of it and watched the I watched most of the Cesaro Seth Rollins match, and then I watched the main event, which was good. Ches, thank you very much for the raid. The Chesnians are in, boys and girls. The actual Chesnians. How are we doing? Actual Chesnians. I'm sorry I'm not wearing a tie for the occasion tonight. Oh, you've caught me in my underwear. I'm dressed like a whippersnapper. But we'll open a can of Apple Tango for the Chesnians. Oh. Cheers, Chesnians. Oh, beautiful. Appley and tango-y. Why that stuff was discontinued, I do not know. But I've now got a lifetime supply of it, apparently. Chesnians, if you've not been around before, we're doing Non-League to Legend here on Twitch, which is my big journeyman save that I do on YouTube every year. We're doing another one, but here on Twitch. We're in season 9. We started unemployed. We ended up at Llanelli in Wales, won the Welsh Premier League. And we were in Wales for like 4 or 5 years, then went to Clyde in Scotland, started in League One, got promoted. We got to the top of the championship and got offered the job at English Championship side Sheffield United. That was about a year and a half ago. We joined mid-season, took them from a relegation battle to a mid-table finish. And this year is our first full season, and we were 6 points top of the league at the start of the stream. 4 games later, we're in the midst of bottling things. Hopefully we're going to get back to winning ways. My friend from Norfolk in the UK sent me a 6-pack of Apple Tango. I thought it was horrible. Yeah, but I mean, that's just stupid. Just stupid. I'm not even gonna try and explain why that's a ridiculous opinion. It's just stupid. Get taste buds. Come out. Get your phone out now. Google, how do I get taste buds? How do I learn to taste things properly? Define delicious and start working back from there. Apple Tango is the one. What can Apple Tango do that Appetizer can't? It's not in a silly little can or a silly little bottle. I feel like I'm a girl drinking Appetizer, whereas I feel like a 6-year-old boy drinking Tango. To be fair, they taste pretty much identical. The thing is, Appetizer's really expensive, isn't it? Appetizer's like, it's one of those, I don't know what it is. You get some cans that somehow, because they sell them in pubs, it's the same as like J2Os. Because you can buy it in pubs, it's somehow convinced people that it's okay to go to the supermarket and spend £3 on a 4-pack of Appetizer. Ooh. What am I? What? I'm gonna need more than 4 cans for my £3, thanks. I can get an 8-pack of Diet Coke for that. You need to give me more for my money. Felt posh drinking Appetizer in the pub as a kid. Exactly. My French man. What is Apple Tango? It's just like fizzy apple juice, I guess, is how you would describe it. How do they describe it? Carbonated apple soft drink with sugar and sweeteners. Yeah, it's nice. Like the Orangina people, too posh for Fanta. Exactly. Well, if I'm going orange... Oh, you said Fanta. I was going to say. Thought you were saying you drink Orange Tango. I draw the line at Orange Tango. That tastes like medicine. If I'm having Orangeade, I'll have Fanta. But Apple Tango, top tier. Apple Ties is classed as a premium soft drink. Yeah, I don't get it. You just pay more for a smaller can. And it tastes the same as Apple Tango. It doesn't make any sense. I guess it's got fewer chemicals in. That'll be their argument. Google said you get taste buds by drinking a cold drink and brushing your teeth before. So there you go. Well, there we go. Sugar and sweeteners. Yeah, because it's lower sugar than a normal soft drink. So it's not... Normally, I only drink sugar-free drinks. It's probably why I like this so much. It's got actual sugar in. But it's got 6.9 grams of sugar, which that's like half the sugar that's in a can of Coke, I think. So it's got some sugar, but it's not a super duper sugary one. It's actually got apple juice in, so that's probably what the sugar is. 5% of it is apple juice. So that's probably where your sugar comes from. Don't know how much added sugar there is. Why are we losing again? I wish there was a streamer showdown where you can only pick EFL players. That goes into that category we were talking about before of things people think they want until it's offered to them and then they realise it gets boring quickly. It's a nice little novelty idea, but in reality, the streamer showdown wouldn't be as much fun to watch without all the superstars that you've heard of. It would just be a bunch of players most people have never heard of. And that's not as fun as watching all the superstars take on each other. So, yeah, it's another one of those things. Apple soft drinks only taste like green apples, but red apples taste better. As someone who doesn't really like apples, all apples taste the same. They just taste like grass. We need to learn to win football matches again. Because this is not acceptable. I might have to restart the game. Have I ever smoked apples? I don't even know what that means. I'm imagining you putting an apple in a pipe. Is that what you mean by smoking an apple? Because I don't know that you can smoke something with such a high water content. Bucks, thank you very much for the 4-month sub. Come to North Carolina, have our fresh apples in the fall. I don't want to fall. It'll hurt. All apples just taste like apples. You will not be able to convince me that apples are anything other than just things that taste like apples. And that is like saying, oh, come and taste our celery. It's really celery-ish. Oh, great. I'm all over that. Please give me more fruit. Sounds delicious. If you tell me, come and have our apples, they taste just like sausage rolls, then I might be in. But these apples are just really appley. Okay, well, I know what apples taste like. It could be the most pure apple flavour an apple has ever had, but it's still only going to be an apple. Still not good. It's just an apple. You eat it because you don't want to die. You don't eat it because it's nice. Scotty, thank you very much for the sub. Raw celery is just as bad as pineapple on pizza. I quite like celery. Celery dipped in hummus is a pretty good, decent snack. Apples are nice. Apples are not nice. Apples are not unpleasant. I can eat apples without wanting to vomit, and I do eat apples. They're something I can eat. But if you said, Kev, do you fancy an apple or a Twix? What, you asked me what I think would taste better? I'll have the Twix, please. I eat an apple because I don't want to die. Sometimes I'll have a Twix because the overwhelming urge to have something that tastes good takes over me. But if apples were that delicious, there'd be no fat people. There's obviously loads of stuff that tastes better than apples. Because if I ate apples until I was full, I wouldn't be fat. So the fact there's so many fat people means apples aren't all that. See? Logic. I think Peter will get relegated straight back down to League One. No, we normally have one season of lower mid-table, then get relegated the next year. So I think we'll survive a year, then come back down. We won't stay up there long term because we just can't. We're not a big enough club. I think we'll do 2 years up there. We've turned this ship around, boys and girls. If you just ate apples, you'd be beeping for England. That doesn't happen with cheeseburgers and pizza. You haven't eaten enough cheeseburgers and pizza. If you think that, I mean, that Monkey99, monkey. I don't know how you say it. If you're, based on what you've just said, I believe you're a thin person. Because I promise you, if you eat enough burgers and pizzas, you will be... It'll just be like turning on the tap when you go to the toilet. And not like a little trickle. It's like turning the tap on full immediately. It'll just spray out here. And then you'll be done. Monkey, and I'm 15 stone of beer belly goodness. Yeah, 15 stone. I'd look like an end stage cancer patient if I was 15 stone. 15 stone's nothing. One of my legs is 15 stone. When's the next MGPX? I don't know. We'll have to see. Probably not this year. I would imagine. If everything's back to normal, then next year, hopefully. Am I doing the next showdown? Well, as I'm no longer the reigning champion, I don't get an automatic invite back. So you'll have to wait and see. Hope so. I'd like to. My doctor said I need to be 10 stone, £2. My word.
Subworthy.
I think I'm supposed to be 13.5 stone. That's my healthy weight. Ian Moondog, thank you very much for the sub. I eat 15 stone for breakfast. Probably the problem. Yeah. Yeah, I've never been 15 stone in my adult life, I don't think. Last time I was 15 stone, I was probably about 15. We're the same height, Kev. Can I have your doctor, please? If you're 6'2", there's no way you should be what you just said. 10 stone, £2. Have you looked up your BMI? That's got to be below... That would be underweight on BMI, surely. Hold on. We're checking it out. BMI calculator. So the NHS BMI calculator. So if you're 6'2", and then you said 10 stone, £2, we'll put my age. Male. I don't know why we need to put this stuff in. And we'll put inactive. So that would put your BMI at 8. Yeah, that's underweight. You know how tall I am, Nick. I all my memories of you were us sitting down enjoying Latin American food. I don't remember us standing up next to each other. Yeah. That's that feels wrong. 10 stone, £2 for someone my height. Right, come on, boys and girls. Let's win more football matches. The one-armed swan. What's the one-armed swan doing? Shines. The one-armed swan shines. The one-armed swan's banging the goals in for the reserves. 33 and 29 for the reserves. I tell you what, the one-armed swan, he just scores goals wherever he goes. He's probably not in our squad, is he? What was the big box outside my office door that I tweeted? That was my new chair. It's still there. I haven't assembled it yet. Have I got any snow? Should I have snow? We're opening the blinds to have a look. No, doesn't seem to be any snow. Is Dave with me? Dave? No, he's not. He must be with Anna. We can't take that scout. Just cancel it. Easy. Just done my BMI. I have a BMI of 35.4. Mine's probably higher than that. What am I going to do for the Euro stickers exchange? I'm not sure. I've got this big pile of swaps here. And I've gone on the app and put what all my swaps are, but I don't think there's any way of sharing that from the app. So I don't know what... Basically, I mean, you're talking to the guy who hasn't released a Born database yet because he hasn't got time. So I don't want to do anything that's time intensive. If there was a way to share my details from the app, because that tells me I've got 500, I need 178, and I have 53 swaps. If there's a way to share that list and then combine that with the PO box, we could just do like a first come first serve. People send me ones that I need, tell me which ones they want, that they can see I've got as swaps, and we'll figure it out from there. But otherwise, I've got another box of 100 packs coming that I'm going to open on stream over the next few weeks, so I might not need that much help. Did I find out who was editing in the office when I posted the picture of the box? Look, that sign either says editing or recording. What am I supposed to have it set to when I'm not in the room? What chair? The chair is... It was on here before we did the BMI thing. This chair is the one that I've got. Hashtag gifted. Their website's super slow. I think it's because everyone's heard I'm getting one of these, or I've got one of these, and is rushing to buy one before I've got a discount code, which frankly is madness. But apparently we don't get to see the chair. But trust me, there you go. That's the chair that is sat in a box outside now. It can handle up to 210 centimeters and up to 180 kilograms. Heavy duty chair. Me and Anna can sit on it together. I don't actually know if that's right. I'll have to do some sums. Probably not true. One day. What's Sticker Manager? Is Sticker Manager an app that will do what I've just described for me? Stacked above you, a higher than 220 centimeters. Yeah, probably. I mean, we're probably not. I mean, Anna's like 5 feet tall. I'm 6'2", so we're 11'2" between the two of us. What's that in stupid centimeters? In nonsense measurements? Probably. I mean, it's more than 200 and whatever it was. Dun, dun, dun. Dun. Over 300. We need a bigger chair. Although I mean, I wouldn't. If we were to sit on the chair together, which is unlikely, I wouldn't have her on my shoulders. That's not how people normally sit on a chair together. You ever sat on a chair with another person? You don't sit on their shoulders. How long have I had this chair and has it been any good? This one. I got this summer of 2017. It's been fine, but the arm is just broken now, which I guess is replaceable. But it now doesn't hold in place. So if I sit there leaning on the arm, it just slips out like that. So I can't rest on the arms of it. And the wheels, I've had to replace the wheels once because when I first got it, I was just on a bare garage floor before I put the carpets in the garage. So the wheels got all gummed up with garage dust. It's taken a beating. I've sat on it for 12, 15 hours a day, every day for, 4 years? So it's done all right. We're not getting rid of the chair. I think Anna's going to have it for her desk because she won't give it as much of a beating as I give it. But yeah, I was just due a new one. Did I ever get armrest covers, me and Pablo? I didn't know armrest covers were a thing. What, are they like padded things for the armrests? That Clive sat on it too. I mean, Clive was long dead before I got this chair, but Clive's grandkids might have sat on it. £20 on Amazon. I might have to have a look into it. Do they fit any old chair, or is it just specifically for this chair that I'm now donating to Anna? Bum, 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 bum. See, no one tells me these things exist. I didn't know you could get padded armrests. But then I've never really understood the cushions on this. One of the reasons I wanted the new chair is because it's built for taller people, not necessarily because it's for Fatty McFattersons. It's because it's for taller people. Because on this chair, the pillow at the back here has always just sat between my shoulder blades, where I think it's supposed to be like in the crook of my neck or on the back of my head. But for me to have it like that, it basically tips off the top of the chair and I have to lean back really awkwardly. And I've just always felt a little bit too big for this chair. This is falling off now. I've always felt like this chair's a little bit small for me. Whereas the new one should be... I've just messed this up completely now. It's now just in the middle of my back. Might as well just take the cushion off entirely. Ridiculous. But yeah, hopefully the new chair will just be a better fit. If it fits like it, getting my new car, because I've got the snazzy sports seats in my car, because I'm Mr. Fancy now. Having a properly fitted chair in the car has made me think, this is really comfortable. This is what my work chair should fit like. Is mine the XL? I don't think this is an XL. My new chair's an XL. This one isn't though. This chair came, it wasn't free with my PC, but it was, I got a discount on the chair because I got it from PC Specialist with the PC when I got the PC. Without being rude, do you think you're coming across more arrogant? Just my opinion over the last few weeks. I mean, without wanting to give you an arrogant reply, I've not been streaming for the last few weeks. So you think I'm arrogant when I'm not here? Have you got a camera around my house? Maybe you're just seeing more of me and learning the real me. I know Nick's in. Have we got anyone else off of the old school? People who've met me in real life, people who've listened to the podcast here. Scotty's around as well. People who've been familiar with my work for a long time. My character's always been arrogant. That's always been my thing. Maybe you've just now seen enough of me to realize that's what I'm like. And it's not arrogance, it's confidence. But I think more of my real personality comes out these days, maybe. You get podcast Kev on the streams. Certainly, this is the closest you get to podcast Kev, and I think I've just let my real personality come through on the vlog channel a little bit more as well. Because I'm not trying to please people over there anymore. I'm just doing what I feel like. And people see that as arrogant, and I don't care because I'm arrogant. So if they don't like it, they can do one. People don't seem to realise LOLLUJO and Kev are actually different people. Exactly. It's all part of the show. Am I going to do a podcast save? I should, shouldn't I? Sheepdog, as Sheepdog described it on the podcast this week. I can't remember exactly what he said. But it described it perfectly. Oh, I need someone who was listening to this week's podcast who can quote exactly what he said. It was something like, I'll just walk into a room, be horrible to everybody, yell at them all, push their kids over, and everyone will love me for it. Because it's my lovable charm as a scumbag. Wasn't quite worded like that, but that's always been our way. When we were at uni, we're getting thumped in this game. When we were at uni together, he had a reputation for being a grumpy troublemaker, whereas I was the hero who all the teachers loved. But I'm the one who walked in there on my first day and said, look, just letting you know, I am going to get a first in this degree, because if not, I'm going to burn the uni down. And they just laughed. Whereas Sheepdog would say something like, I only got a B on this assignment. What would I have to do to get an A? And they'd be like, I can't believe you're talking to me like that. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, he speculates it must be something to do with the tone, or I've got a cheeky chappy look that I do as I'm saying it. That means I can say awful things, but for some reason, they don't get interpreted awfully. Except sometimes, if you don't know me well, or if you catch something out of context, you might think I'm a turd. I don't know. The lovable scumbag. Where do you get the podcast? Everywhere you get podcasts from. Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcastatorium. Which, if it's not called that, it should be called that. Google. Hit me up. It's a better name than whatever you use. You agree you're arrogant. Fair play. Thank you for admitting it. I don't think I'm arrogant. I think I'm confident. I don't know. Arrogant has negative connotations. I don't think it affects me. It's one of those things where I think I'm confident and harness it. I don't think there's a queue of people who hate me because I'm arrogant, which is what you would think of being arrogant. He's an arrogant, cuddly monster. What's the biggest sponsor I've ever had? That's the sort of detail I can't share. I'm guessing you've seen today's vlog, where I talked a little bit about sponsorships in general and gave you an overall figure, but I can't tell you how it breaks down within that because of the NDAs. They call it Google Podcasts. I mean, of all the lack of creativity, it's the Google Podcastatorium. Arrogant people don't think or know they're arrogant. Luckily, I'm great, so it doesn't bother me. I might be arrogant, but it's fine because I'm also brilliant, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, as Mike says, arrogant people don't care they're arrogant. Oh dear. Brilliant. That feels like a t-shirt, including the question mark. Just brilliant question mark. That'd be a conversation starter.
Welcome back, Kev.
Alupo, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you for the welcome back. Kiva, I know who you are. Don't worry. I know who you are. Self-titled #1 in the independent arrogance charts. Yeah. Everyone on my course, filmmaking, was asked why they're there on the first day, and I stood up and went, I'm going to win an Oscar and forget about all of you. And the teachers got my vibes. Exactly. But you have to be the kind of person who can get away with saying it. I do kind of get what Sheepdog means when he tries to explain it. I don't really know how you put it into words. Just some people can get away with that and some people can't get away with that. And you have to know enough about yourself and how you're received by other people and be able to read the room. I mean, I think, without wanting to blow my own trumpet, because, you know, not an arrogant person, I worked in sales for years. One of my great skills is reading the room, interpreting how to act in an environment, which is weird because I can't actually do small talk. I can only perform. But I'm good at working out what I can say and where I can say it, what I can get away with in a different crowd of people. It's why sometimes online I might get it a little bit wrong because I can't immediately see the reaction. I can't see the looks on your faces. So I might go a little bit too far in one direction sometimes. But in person, I think I'm pretty good at working out how far I can push it. Small talk's beneath me, exactly. I'm here to broadcast my opinions. I don't need to hear other people's opinions. If I wanted to hear other people's opinions, I'd buy their book. It's how you say it. If you sound funny saying it or if you sound serious. Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of that. We are losing football matches again. I'd really like to stop. Wang's back. We got Wang and Cum back in the team. That's all we need. All you need. It's the route to success. All you need in life. Wang and Cum. Come on! Seem a bit cocky, but nothing wrong with that. Some of the best people in the world are cocktails because they believe in themselves. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like Scotty said before, you got to remember as well, LOLLUJO and Kev are two different people. I remember, because I'm a wrestling nerd, and I know in wrestling, the best characters in wrestling are when you take what the person is really like and dial it up to 11. So when I'm streaming or when I'm making videos, I take me as a person and then just dial it up to 11. I wouldn't, if we were sat in a beer garden tomorrow, me supping on an appetizer because they don't have Apple Tango, they're going to charge me £3 for appetizer instead. But if we were sat in a beer garden tomorrow, I wouldn't be talking in the same way I'm talking now, because when we're talking one-on-one and I'm not trying to entertain, I don't need to dial it up to 11. But we've all watched streamers where rather than trying to entertain and get a few laughs and keep it engaging and fun to watch, they're just like, Sunderland have got a corner here. Oh, we've cleared that. That's you know, I'm really glad we cleared that corner. That was a good header. Wow. Oh, we've got a corner now. Excellent. It's raining. It's unusual for 18 minutes past 8, isn't it? Normally rains a bit later than that. Who wants to watch that? Who wants to watch that, boys? Oh, I've knocked my cushion off. So you have to turn it up a little bit to try and entertain. We all know you aren't going to a beer garden. I'm not going to a beer garden. I have no desire to go to a beer garden. What I might do is walk down to Costa Coffee and get myself an iced beverage and sit on a bench and eat it. Eat it? Drink it? Kev calling out 99% of Twitch. Well, they need to get better, don't they? If 99% of Twitch streams like that, just stop streaming. Go and do something you're good at. What am I doing tomorrow since non-essential shops are open? I am going to work and stay in my house because nothing really changes. I didn't go to non-essential shops before, really. I mean, just because they're open doesn't mean the pandemic's gone away. So as far as I'm concerned, I've only had 1 dose of the vaccine. I'll continue to exercise caution until I don't need to anymore. And at the moment, I think I still need to. So yeah, I'm not going to rush out and just go and do a load of stuff. That being said, we are going to Nottingham on Tuesday as a reward for Andy because he's going to school on Tuesday for the first time in 6 months. He's only going to be there an hour or so, and we're just going to go straight from there to Nottingham and have a ride around on the trams. So I guess we are doing that. I would love to go to the gym tomorrow, but I can't because Anna's at work. Andy's still at home, so there's no time for me to go to the gym. And I went on their website this afternoon to try and join. And I said at the start of the stream, they're not taking new members at the moment. I don't know if it's because they're still not open again until tomorrow, so they've not flicked the switch back on, or if they're just doing a sort of low-key opening and seeing how busy they are with their existing members before they take new people on. But at the moment, I can't join the gym, and there's no point in me joining a gym further away from home when there's 1 or 3 minute walk away. I can literally see the gym from my bedroom window. So that's the gym I'm going to join when I can, but there's no point in me joining until Andy starts school because I just don't have any time to go. Looking forward to all the arguments that we have with customers tomorrow after I have to kick them out after 15 minutes. Where is that you're working where you have to kick people out after 15 minutes? What's that, in shops or what? I haven't really looked at the rules. Smith Toy Superstore is a non-essential shop. I was on their website this morning because it's my niece's birthday this week. So I ended up buying it online, but I did say to Anna, we could go to Smith's this week and actually buy her a present. I don't get what counts as essential. I live near a B&Q that's always packed. Yeah, it is a weird line, isn't it? I know B&M has been open all the way through, and I just can't imagine how B&M's essential. That's where I buy my wrestling figures from. How is that an essential shop? I'm at Bookies. We can only have a dwell time of 50 minutes. Oh, okay. I mean, I've only ever been in a Bookies once in my life. Do people spend more than 15 minutes in a Bookies normally? I don't really know how it works. I just kind of assumed people would walk in, place their bet, and then go home. Do people hang out in the Bookies? I've seen people sit in all day. What, just gambling? I guess if they like gambling. There's people that stay in there all day. Wow. I just can't imagine doing it. They sell food. What, Bookies? Or are we mixing up two different... Are you talking about B&M? Because on that basis, anywhere could sell food, surely. PC World have vending machines in that you can buy Twix from. B&M sell essential products people need. That's why they can open. So why didn't everywhere just start selling sandwiches? If I was running Primark, I mean, Primark sell food. What percentage of what you sell has to be food before you're just trying it on? Because B&M, only a very small percentage of what's in B&M is food, isn't it? They have like one aisle of, I don't know, is all food essential? They have maybe one aisle of essential stuff. And then maybe another aisle of Easter eggs all year round and American sweets and all the different fizzy pops, none of which is essential. So, and it's just toys and junk. I find it hard to believe much of that is essential. Bookies don't do food. We only stopped offering free coffee when the pandemic started. You can get free coffee in Bookies. Might have to start gambling. How many... Scotty's playing for the other team, I've just realised. Chris has just challenged Scotty. How many... can I just wander in and get a free... I guess you can't now because you've stopped doing it. How many gambles do I have to do before I get a free cup of coffee? Is it worth me learning about horses rather than going to Starbucks? Is Apple Tango essential? No. But I got it from Amazon, so I didn't go to a shop to get it. It's not very good coffee. Yeah, but if it's free, isn't it? Are FIFA packs gambling? You know they're not. You're just trying to start a debate. Of course they're not. What are you winning? That's my answer to that. How much money do you win doing FIFA packs? Oh, none. Then it's not gambling, is it? Or else blind bags that kids do are gambling. My Panini stickers, they were gambling. If I buy a loot crate, that's gambling. None of that's gambling. It's just, you know, Christmas crackers, gambling. If you can't win money, it's not gambling. Do they do oat milk in their coffee? I'd even places that reckon they do dairy-free alternatives, I'd just take my coffee black. I don't trust them. So I know full well if I was working in Starbucks and some fat beardy moron came in saying, "Can I have oat milk in my latte, please?" He'd just get red top or blue top or whatever they have, green top. Just get normal milk. And yeah, there you go. That's your oat milk. That'll be an extra 40p, please. So I just take my coffee black when I'm not putting the milk in myself. Not sure if you're aware, if you have the Costa Coffee app, their drinks are 50p between Tuesday and Thursday. Anna mentioned that to me earlier. How are we losing again? Starbucks is the hipster shop. They're going to give you non-dairy option for sure. I don't think Starbucks is not a hipster place anyway. Starbucks is too mainstream for hipsters. Hipsters go to the independent coffee shops. You wouldn't catch a hipster in Starbucks. Why do we keep losing? A quiz shows gambling. If you pay to be on them, yeah. If you don't, then no. Because again, it's quite simple. Gambling is where you bet money on an outcome, and then depending on the outcome, have the potential to win some money. So those 2p coin dozer machines in arcades, gambling. Kids are allowed to use them. But opening a pack of stickers, not gambling. Simple. I have to order non-dairy in Starbucks as milk makes me curl up in pain for a long time. I always drop in that I'm really allergic to milk. Can I have oat milk, please? And I've always been fine. I mean, I guess I could do that, but it's not doing me any harm, both financially and health-wise, to just drink my coffee black. I like the taste of coffee, especially Starbucks coffee. It's really nice. I don't mind having it black. It means I don't have to pay extra for the fancy milk, and it means I don't have to drink my calories. I always like to try and avoid drinking my calories as much as possible. Even though I'm drinking a sugary drink now, which is a bad idea. I bought them when I was 6, so it's okay. When's the sticker video coming out? 4 o'clock today. Black coffee is the best. If you want milk, get a milkshake. Exactly. First thing in the morning, I always have an espresso. Love an espresso. And then later in the day, I'll just lengthen it out to an Americano. Although I often do put a drop of oat milk in my coffee at home because it tastes like cream. Tastes really luxurious. Oat milk, much better than cow milk for putting in coffees. And anyone who disagrees, learn to taste. It's my preferred method of making coffee. Well, I've got an Nespresso machine, so I just use that. But I've had most different fancy types of machines over the years. Nespresso strikes the right balance between convenience and speed. If I had all the time in the world or a butler, then I'd have like a proper big fancy machine where I'm grinding my own coffee, and like you get in a Starbucks, I'd have a big fancy machine like that. But just the time involved in faffing about with that. Nah, you're right. Whack an espresso pod in. It tastes 95% as good as proper coffee. Infinitely better than instant coffee. Much better than that Tassimo muck that I used to drink. It's just good stuff. With the pods. Yeah, I use the pods. The Nespresso pods. Do I use Photoshop? Yes. It's at the 1st of May announcement. Kev hires a butler. Wish I was hiring. I'd love a butler. Is the prediction which gives Kev points gambling. Now, I am, as you are aware, a teacher or a former teacher. Therefore, I'm going to take this as a learning moment. I've already explained what gambling is. So think it through based on the definition I gave you for what gambling is. And you'll come to the right answer yourself. Does my Photoshop cost monthly? I have Adobe Creative Cloud, so I pay monthly to use the Creative Cloud. I didn't even look at the team we've picked there. I've just hit selection advice and I see we've made 6 changes. I should probably pay more attention to what's going on. Did not even look. They could have picked anything there. Is that even a sensible team? It's not actually disastrous. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum. Even though loot crates and FIFA packs use some of the same techniques to lure and keep people in as slot machines and casinos, that doesn't make them gambling. How can I phrase? I've just thought of my response to that. I don't know if I can say it on the internet. If a man lays with his wife using some of the same techniques that a horse might use when impregnating another horse, is that man shagging a horse? But he's using some of the same techniques. Therefore, he's shagging a horse. But he's not, though, is he? Goodness me. Depends what his wife looks like. Did I watch the Grand National? No, I didn't. I've had my fill of horse torture for one lifetime.
Here it is.
Didn't feel like watching any animals unnecessarily killed yesterday, so I gave the Grand National a miss. Dun, 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 dun. Just doing it horsey style. Yeah. The other day I was playing and I entered with home after 4 seasons at the Championship Premier League. My save cracked to get a message that the save could not load. Why is it? Sometimes games just corrupt, unfortunately. Wickham are 23rd in the league and we're not even beating them. We have just fallen apart this season. What did I think of WrestleMania Night 1? It was fine in the circumstances. There's a lot of dross, a lot of filler on it that I could have done without. I look at the card across the 2 nights and think you could just make this a really good 4-hour show and just lose all of the filler. But I guess their justification is they have to give everyone the opportunity to have a wrestle, even though there's loads of people who aren't getting the opportunity to wrestle. The fact they can put on a WrestleMania show that had that women's tag turmoil nonsense, but Ricochet doesn't get on the card anywhere. Or Bayley doesn't even use it as a women to women example. Bayley doesn't get on the card. Just my word. My word. But there was some good points. So there was more good matches than you would normally get at WrestleMania, I think. We're only halfway through, so I can't complain too much. The promos they did while the thunderstorm was going on were good, by and large. That was quite fun to watch. Night 2 is where the hype is for me. Problem is, they reckon the weather's going to be even worse, don't they? Why do we keep missing penalties? It will be interesting to see if they have any kind of contingency plan for if the weather is even worse. I don't know. I don't really know my US geography very well. How far is Tampa from the Performance Center? Could they send a few of the people from night 1 and a few of the people who've not got on the card at all down to the Performance Center to pre-record a few matches just in case? I just pressed the wrong button. What is going on now? Right. We're just trying to go attacking. That's all we were trying to do there. We might have to change the system up. But, I don't know. It seems like the most recent update has broken the 424 because it was working really well in Bourne and Home. And it just stopped working in both of them. And now it's not working here either. So I wonder if the 424 has been broken and we need to switch to something like the 4231, like we do in everything else. Moore and Blue Nose, thank you both for the subs. About an hour and a half between Orlando and Tampa. Yeah, I think what I would have done is everyone who's already wrestled, so everyone who's not on tonight's card, I would be sending them to Orlando to just record some stuff, just any stuff. You don't even necessarily have to use it. It could just, you know, it could be main event stuff if it doesn't end up being used, but just so you've got something to put on if the weather is terrible again. I mean, I don't even know who the US champion is at the moment. Who's the US champion? Have they got a match tonight? You could have a US championship match. You could have AJ Styles and Omos defending the tag titles. You could do any title that's not being defended tonight. You could get them pre-recording a match just to slot on the card if need be. Riddle versus Sheamus for the US title tonight. Okay. But like you could have Lashley defend the title against anyone. I know, who would you put Lashley against? Just have some matches just in case. But I bet they don't. Right, we're going to change to a 4-2-3-1. We're going to go for the Kettering final tactic again. Because it's all going wrong and we play top of the table Wolves next. And our form has just been terrible all evening. How? How is this happening? Oh, we've already got the Kettering final tactic loaded. Even better. So we'll just use this. We know that doesn't work anymore, so we'll take that off. Right, we're going to use the Kettering final tactic. And I think we probably need a little bit of fitness during this international break. Always need the fitness. So let's squeeze in a little fitness friendly. This is just for fitness reasons, obviously. This isn't for any other reason, just fitness reasons. Right. So that friendly's arranged. What's the league looking like? See, everyone else is bottling it as well. The top 4 have got 1 point separating all of us, and we've got the best goal difference of everybody. So if we, in this next game, we play Wolves. If we go and beat Wolves, Sunderland and Fulham. Who do they play? So Sunderland aren't even playing. Can I? Oh, Sunderland are away against Wickham. So I mean, we could be top of the league after the next match. Ooh, that's appley. Deliciously appley. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Need to get this back on. Still not at the right height. Hope my new chair fits me properly, or I fit in my new chair properly. Or else I'll be very sad. Do, 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 do. Right, are we going to sign young Belotti? No, he's not actually any good. He wants 20 grand a week. It's a ridiculous amount of money. Bum, 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 bum. Come on! Let's do a football. Need to play turn this ship around. But every time I do, I get demonetized on YouTube with the replay and I have to appeal it. And I can't be bothered. What is Dave's age? That's a question. What is Dave's age? I'm not actually sure. 7 or 8, maybe. Hi, everyone. Awesome. Oh, it's a good shot. Hold on. Look, you look lovely. Beautiful stuff. Bum, 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 bum. And now we've got an injured Wang. Ah, we broke our Wang. What skin am I using? It's just the default one. I was actually thinking I was getting snapped then. Is it weird that I smiled then? Ah, it's brilliant. Has Prieto just got injured again? Did I miss that? Oh, see, that's a problem. My webcam light flicked on. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. The camera was just a distraction. Everyone's webcams went on for a second there. I now know what you're all doing. I'm just looking through it all on my phone now. Some of you are just perverts. My word. Sick. Sick. You know who you are as well. Bum 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 bum. I just played a short corner. Pervert! Short corner pervert. Why Clates hasn't released a short corner pervert t-shirt, I don't know. It sell like hotcakes. Watch this YouTuber who got a perfect game, 25,000 points on UK GeoGuessr in about 5 minutes. That's a record you should try to break. I mean, I've done multiple perfect scores, but 5 minutes is ridiculous. It would. No, I think my fastest time for a perfect score would be about 15 minutes. And to do that, I wouldn't be able to talk to you like while I was doing it. I'd just have to sit and concentrate. That YouTuber is a professional GeoGuessr YouTuber. I love the fact that that exists. Is it the guy who did the walk across Wales in a straight line? Because I didn't know GeoGuessr YouTubers existed until I found that video. That video was the talk of the green room at Somewhere in the City a few years ago. It was all anyone was talking about, that this guy had walked across Wales in a straight line and everyone was watching it in the backstage area. Geo Wizard his name is, isn't it? And that's the only reason I know of him. That series was brilliant. Walking across Wales in a straight line. If you haven't seen that, you should. It was fantastic. For some reason, he records everything in a 4:3 ratio. I don't really know why it's all recorded in a 4:3 ratio. It's like I don't know, maybe he walked across Wales in a straight line in 1997 and he's just got around to uploading the content. But yeah, his real life stuff is really cool, but I know he does a lot of GeoGuessr stuff as well. And I know I'm potentially shooting myself in the foot when I say this, because I've done my share of GeoGuessr videos and streams. Fergie's the Scotland manager. But I can't bring myself to watch his GeoGuessr content. I just think it'd be really boring. But the stuff he does, this is cool. Fergie's Scotland manager. Brilliant. Did GeoGuessr in real life too. He got dropped off in a random location. Yeah, I remember that. His girlfriend dropped him off in various places. He walked through Norway in a straight. I haven't seen the walking through Norway in a straight line. I saw him he tried to do, was it Switzerland and Austria and that kind of area? I think it got abandoned partway through though. Pretty sure Straight Line Scotland is coming out soon. Awesome. Yeah, I need to know why everything is square. Why he doesn't... I mean, I know he's filming on a GoPro, but I have multiple GoPros and they can all film in widescreen. I don't know if it maybe is to do with file sizes or battery life or something. I don't really know what the logic is, but just do it in 16:8 for goodness sake. It's 2021. Hope they change wildcard situation next showdown. They change the wildcard stuff every showdown. I don't know that it's ever been the same 2 showdowns in a row, so yeah, it will change, don't worry. Sometimes you'll like them, sometimes you won't. Hopefully you'll like them more often than you don't like them. In case you missed it, Sheffield United are now 3-0 down against Arsenal. Is that why we're getting battered in game? Because we're getting battered in... Oh, because they're getting battered in real life. Nick Stevens has now scored his first goal for Scotland as well. Beautiful. Never care, that guy will come back crying about my camera arrogance. I mean, he's got like 1 million subs. He can say what he wants to me and make me look like a pillock. His response is a really easy one. Why do I need to bother doing widescreen when I can poo in a field and get more views than you've ever got? And he'd be right. So he can do whatever he damn well pleases. But if it was me, I'd be doing it in widescreen. Did I see the El Clasico yesterday? I didn't see the El Clasico yesterday. Who's banned? What, did you ban the guy from earlier who said I was arrogant? I hope he didn't, unless he did more than just... Because yeah, he asked the question quite reasonably. He wasn't offensive with it. I mean, he couldn't have been offensive because he started it with, I don't mean to cause offence, or words to that effect. And obviously, as we all know, it's impossible to be offensive if you start an offensive sentence by saying no offence. No offence, but that means it can't possibly be offensive after that. He kept going on about it, did he? What a wang. He called me a melt and threatened violence. Oh, bless him. So he's just a tool bag then. Right. Everything changes. Why is Quick Pick changing the goalkeeper? Apparently this guy's better. Fair enough. I'll go with it. This all seems acceptable. Where's Postema? Why is he not in the team? Oh, he's injured. So we're without Postema, without Angulo, we're without Prieto, and we've got a broken Wang. This is why we're losing. We've lost all our best players. I think he was going to stop watching because he gave a long-winded thing about not watching. And he said bye, like he would care. Oh, I'm so sad I missed it. He was, bless him, he was attention seeking and I didn't notice him. Oh, I feel bad now. If you're still watching, Mr. Attention Seeker, come back under a different username and try again. See if I notice you then. I probably won't, but I might. Come and try again. Register under a new username. It's fine. Make sure you follow. Get those numbers up. Right, are we winning yet? I did ask him if he wanted to be banned to ensure he didn't come back. Oh, I mean, I only saw the initial sentence. He seemed quite polite about it. He said something like, you've got a lot of people through lockdown and stuff, then hit with the arrogant stuff again. Oh, bless him. He's probably still here. I hope he is. I hope he's registering under a new name now. Register under the name Kev's an Arrogant Wang, and then we'll know it's you. The retro database looked very good. The retro database was a lot of fun. Once it's done, once it's ready, it's going to be awesome. Obviously, we noticed a few things that needed tweaking, and a lot more were picked up in the comments section, which is fine. It's one of the reasons why we did the video early, so that the guys can go back in and tweak it where it needs tweaking and carry on working it and get it all shiny and spit polished before releasing it out to everybody. Oh, Scotty's got a quote here. At the start of lockdown, you got myself and I'm sure others through the bad days. Only my opinion, but you seem well too cocky now. I mean, there's 2 O's in 2. Learn to spell before you're throwing nonsense around. I could be arrogant working in the city making money, but money isn't any need for arrogance. Bid you farewell. So, to summarize, we're just going to translate that. Kev, I like your videos, but I saw your video today where you told me how much you've earned in the last year. I'm pretty jealous, so I'm done. Bye. Fair enough. Scotty, have a day off, you melt, in response to me asking if you wanted to be banned. Brilliant. It's good to get a good wang in so Kev can deal with it. You don't make money from the podcast, thinking about it. To be fair, we do. It's not a lot, and I forgot about it for the video. But it's split 4 ways. It's about 50 quid a month, probably. It's not a lot of money at all. So over the course of the year, what's that? I can't even do the sums. It's like £600 a year split 4 ways. So it's like another 100 quid or so. After a 10-minute timeout, I could just break your jaw, little keyboard warrior. Oh, but he works in the city. He could be arrogant working in the city. Money's not everything, so you can break your jaw. Deadly shot. I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm not going to sleep tonight now. Well, you wouldn't do. A broken jaw is really uncomfortable, I imagine. It's going to make you snore and everything. £4p a month between 4 people isn't a lot. It's a little more than 4p. It's not a lot though. We need to, one day we'll actually sort our act out with the podcast and arrange proper advertising on it, because at the moment we just have the network just insert adverts and pay us a pittance for it. if we switch, there's other networks we could switch to where we could do our own adverts or approach for brand deals ourselves. I just don't have time to do it. But like, we obviously have the NordVPN, the Skillshare, the Manscaped, the Vikings, the Raid, what else have I done brand deals on in the last year? Any of those could, in theory, sponsor the podcast as well. I just need to reach out to them. I just haven't. Probably get a bit more money suing Jason Manford for stealing a house hunting and Football Manager video idea. I actually spoke briefly to Jason Manford on Twitter about 2 years ago when he was first toying with the idea of starting Football Manager. He actually contacted me and asked a few questions. So I haven't heard from him recently. Good to see he took my advice on board. I haven't actually seen his stuff. Is it on Twitch or YouTube? I imagine he'd be really good at it. It's going to be another, like when Tony Jameson got involved, because he's got that background in comedy. He was just good straight away, wasn't he? So I imagine Jason Manford is probably good straight away. It's on YouTube. I'll have to have a little look. He does 2 game series, one on Broken Sword, one on FM. He'll learn to narrow that down. What is going on? We were 2-0 up in this game. Ah! Have I ever rage quit on FM? Yes. I did it in a YouTube video. Was it in the Leicester save? I mean, rage. I didn't like quit out of the game without saving, but I walked out of the room in a huff. He's using Journey Manford as the title. See, that's just clever. Arrogant guy. Oh wow, Kev is an arrogant wang. Followed me. Brilliant. Welcome back, Kev is an arrogant wang. Talk to me. Tell me how you're going to break Scotty's chin. Was it break his chin? Break his jaw? Just over the internet. You got like magic internet powers. Are you going to bore him so much that he falls asleep and like falls into his desk? That's probably it. I'm going to bore him by droning on. So he falls asleep and breaks his jaw. Do I care that this guy's leaving? I probably don't. Contract should be offered. Should reflect higher squad status. He's a 2-star potential player. You're all right. I think we'll worry about contracts at the end of the season when we know what league we're in. Although apparently this guy wants a contract immediately, which I can probably cope with giving him one. He's one of our better players. Yes, come on then. Come and have a new contract. Here you come. Come in here. Have a new contract. What? I didn't know you were out there. I was talking to Augustin Villafane. She's walking past as I'm saying, come in here. That's Anna's appearance for the night. I wonder if she just sits out there all evening. Perhaps she's assembled my new chair. That'd be amazing. Imagine if she's assembled my new chair and she just sat out there on it waiting to be summoned into the room. She's probably talking. I've got noise cancelling headphones on. She's there talking to me, making all this noise, assembling a chair. You've heard drills and saws going in the background all evening. And I finally acknowledge her and ask her to come in and then tell her to leave again. Right, we're playing 5th and 6th in our next 2 games. This is a run-in here. Tappies, thank you very much for the sub. Bum, 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 bum. Shall we... Actually, none of them are going to be any good, are they? We don't need to lower ourselves to free transfers these days. Right, hopefully we can beat Burnley. Because this is getting desperate now. When we're not going to fall out of the playoffs, but with 5 games to go, we could still win the league. We should still get automatic promotion because we should get out of this terrible form. But we need to win against Burnley. Because Kev is an arrogant wang. Kev is an arrogant wang. Jan-Erik Herem. Well, stop conceding goals then. You turd. Ay, ay, ay. Where are we in the league? We're 4th. So 4th versus 5th. Come on! Right, selection advice. Let's have a little look. What's going on? Where is Prieto? We need him back. We need our better players back. Wang's still injured. Angulo's still injured. Prieto's still injured. Where's Postima? Why can't I see him? Is he in the team? No. Where is he? Oh, he's still proper injured. He's going to be out for 2 to 5 weeks. We've got to make do with the second string attack, which is problematic. Come on, boys and girls. Pump those fists. Impress me! Spring magic. I've tidied the office because theoretically I'm finally getting my BT fiber to the home on Thursday. So with the new chair and that all happening this week, I've given the office a big clean and I don't know where I've put the springs. I need to find them. But yeah, because they've got to put a new cable into the house for the fiber. The only mug that's on my desk is the one that I've been drinking from. Otherwise, the desk is clear. But my office is at the front of the house, next to the front door. So at the moment, our broadband comes through the other side of the door, but there's no power sockets there. And all the bump I've had through from BT says that they can drill, or they will be drilling new entry points into the house, and they need it to be next to a double plug socket. Well, the only double plug socket at the front of the house is in here. So I'm hoping I'll get my new 1 gig fiber to the house coming directly into my office, so I can then wire my PCs in and then just Wi-Fi it off to the rest of the house. But that's happening on Thursday, so I've had to give the office a big old clear out because I don't know how close to the plugs they're going to need to be. The plug sockets, there's one over here behind my cabinet and one behind the bookshelf at the back. So hopefully they can just plug into extension cords. I'm hoping. I'm not going to check jobs until after the season's done. Is that Harry Maguire playing for Burnley? I imagine so. Although we are 9 years in the future, so it could be a Harry Maguire rather than the Harry Maguire. How old would he be in 9 years' time? I don't want to click on him because then he'll score. That is the Harry Maguire who's joining Dynamo Moscow. He's got around a bit. Now 36 years old. Am I using range extenders for Wi-Fi? Yes, we're getting the, whatever they call it, complete home broadband thingy. So we'll have the little satellite dish things. I think we've got 4 of them coming. Is the beautiful wallpaper still behind the soundproofing? I assume so. There's not really any way for me to check. I imagine it is, unless someone's come in, removed the wallpaper overnight and put the soundproofing back up. FM works. Good evening. Bye, Kev. Had a great time. It was my first time watching you live on Twitch. Well, hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you come back tomorrow night. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock-ish. I have to wait another 2 months before I get fibre to the house. They're still deciding if they're doing overhead fibre or underground cables. I mean, they say mine's going to be this week. I suspect it won't be, because they originally came to do it before I moved in. I drove over here like 3 or 4 days before our move day, and they were going to do it then, but they weren't able to because there was a blockage under the road in the little, because the cabinet is at the end of the road. It's like 20 meters away from my front door, but there's a blockage under the road, so they couldn't get the cable through. So they said, you've got 2 choices. Either we push this back 6 weeks and come out and dig up the road, or you cancel this order now and we put normal broadband in, and then you can redo the order for the fibre. So I said, well, I can't go 6 weeks with no internet for a multitude of reasons. Get a goal. So we cancelled the fibre order and then just got fibre to the cabinet through the existing broadband cables, and then placed the fibre to home order. But then COVID happened again. They locked down again, and we bought that in December or January, or just after the latest lockdown started, and the earliest install dates they had was April. Now, at the time, I explained to them that they needed to dig up the road because they've already been out before, and they said, yeah, that's fine, we'll do it all as part of the thing. I've heard nothing about it since, so I think they're going to turn up on Thursday and go, there's a blockage under the road, Kev. Yeah, I know. Well, we'll arrange to dig up that road in 6 to 8 weeks' time, which was the original turnaround time they were talking about. So I suspect it'll be summer before I actually get it. Check the latest follower. Ever is arrogant but awesome. That's brilliant. We're winning, everybody. We're surely not throwing this away from here. We're back up to second in the league with 4 games to go. It's us and the full ham at the moment. So fingers crossed, yeah. You'll never see the stream drop again after Thursday. That's the dream. Because our internet's been dross ever since we've lived here. The Wi-Fi around the house is terrible. Being a 3-story house with another house, because we're a townhouse in the middle of a row, so there's another house against that wall, and then on this side there's 3 flats. So within range of our Wi-Fi router, there's another 4 Wi-Fi routers, and they all cancel each other out, and ours is forever dropping. So I'm hoping with this new super duper duper, firstly, that I'll be able to be wired in here, so at least the stream will be wired directly in, so it shouldn't ever drop. And the Wi-Fi, because it'll be on a different frequency, because it's a different bit of kit, no one else around here has the full fibre yet. So I'm hoping we'll stop having the Wi-Fi issues too. Simply Callum. I'm assuming you're not my brother, who is also Callum, and he's a bit simple. You're probably a different Callum. If you are my brother, it's called you Simple on the internet. Still not got the fibre. No, not yet. Thursday, apparently, we're getting the fibre. We're getting all the kit arrives tomorrow. I ain't, bro. It's all right then. Actually, would have been fun if you were. I didn't know if I'd make it through this stream tonight with my poorness, but I'm feeling good. Could have come back a week ago. I couldn't have come back a week ago. My TBP was not good enough to be back a week ago. If you don't know what TBP is, you should be following me on Twitter at LOLLUJO. Right, team meeting. Yeah, let's ease the pressure. Why not? Always ease the pressure. Oh, they're content. That's what we were looking for. I love a room full of content footballers. How's things? Things are delightful, thank you. Less pooing, more bumming. It's my mantra for life. TBP is the ultimate measure of health. Exactly. I might have been posting all those graphs about body temperature and resting heart rates and respiratory rate and all that kind of stuff while I was sick, but all people really wanted was the TBP. I need to make TBP a recognizable unit. I'm up to I can clear 4 hours now, which I would say my standard 100% fitness TBP is about 6 hours, because I usually go last thing at night and first thing in the morning and a couple of times during the day. So I reckon I usually run at about a 6 hour average. There were times when I was at my worst where it was at about 45 minutes. And even as recently as midweek, I was still only on like 2 hours. I'm up to about 4 now. Right. Come on then. Make him an inside forward. Away against Birmingham. Now, as you'll know, if you follow the YouTube stuff, you'll know I have an excellent track record against Birmingham. Nothing bad has ever happened against Birmingham, and it never gets brought up. So I assume we're going to be good. My standard's about 24 hours. My word. I'd explode if I had to go 24 hours. 45 minutes, I wouldn't leave the bathroom. There was a good 3 or 4 day spell when I was at my worst where I didn't leave the bedroom. It was just back and forth to the ensuite and then groaning on the bed. But then, because for a few nights, Anna slept down on the sofa because I was really sick and we were worried that I might have COVID and didn't want to give it to her. So she slept on the sofa for a few days. I was banned from using the ensuite when she came back to sleep in our room because apparently I was causing a smell. And our ensuite doesn't have a window. So, yeah, I then had to start going... I don't use the main family bathroom because that's Andy's toilet. So I was having to go downstairs to the toilet, which is pretty much above me now, near the kitchen. So that stretched it out to about an hour because I was leaving it to the last minute then. Come on! How are we? Oh, we're top of the league as it stands. We're going up as champions. I said bleep there just in case the bleeper didn't work. Because nothing else is working on the Go XLR tonight, so I had to make sure. Come on! We're actually playing good football. It's all about the Kettering final tactic. Kettering final tactic is the one. Oh, it's 2. Beham 0, Sheffield 2. Can we get the baby voice if we win the league? No, because it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Someone's doing a challenge to stream until a time is finished. It goes up every comment and they've been live for 9 days. That's insane. I am hoping to do another subathon. Probably sometime in May, I'm thinking. Because we've got the 2 bank holiday weekends in May, haven't we? I think for one of them, there'll be a subathon. I'm not sure which one. I need to work it all out. I'll work out exactly when those weekends are. And when Amy's here and all that kind of thing. But it's been over a year since the last one, and the last one was awesome. We had a lot of fun on the last one. I'm not doing a comment-a-thon. I'm too much of a money-grabbing turd to do a comment-a-thon. I don't make any money out of comments. What do you think this is? Have I heard about what's a Ludwig? I don't know who or what a Ludwig is. So no, I've not heard about their subathon. May the 1st, that's the countdown. That's is that bank holiday weekend? It actually could, actually it can't. Amy's here that weekend, so it won't be then. When's the other Saturday of the bank holiday weekend? Is that going to be Streamer Showdown? That might completely scupper my plan. There's 2 bank holidays in May. Yeah, but if one of them's the showdown and the other one Amy's here, then maybe it won't happen. I'm kind of just thinking out loud that it might happen. Biggest streamer on Twitch. I mean, generally Twitch streamers are a bit rubbish, so I don't really watch them. So I don't know who he is. If he's the biggest streamer on Twitch, that means he plays terrible games I don't want to watch. And he's probably obnoxious. So, no, I don't know who he is. I love the fact that I genuinely don't... It's not that I don't like him. I genuinely have never heard of him until you just brought him up. Thought Ninja was the biggest streamer on Twitch. I know Ninja sells pajamas in Primark. Does Ludwig have pajamas in Primark? About to send a tweet suggesting something for you to get from BT would be good for Anna and Andy with my Wi-Fi issues. Interesting. You're getting me frustrated with this counting down stuff. I don't know what it is. Just know that it's awesome. At the end of the countdown, everything changes and something awesome happens. Bank holidays are Monday the 3rd and the 31st. Yeah, so that means that last one is going to be Streamer Showdown weekend. So actually, I might not be doing a subathon. Put a pin in that. We'll see. Rebby Roo, thank you very much for the sub. He's one of those guys everyone loves. Seems like a good guy. Is he though? I generally don't like people who everybody loves. He's on a subathon for 26 days straight now on 240k plus subs. How's that working then? Are people like watching him sleep? The Twitch subathon of streamer Ludwig Agren came heart-stoppingly close to its end on April the 10th, hitting 1 second before it was saved by a generous viewer donating subs. Wow. What about when he goes to poopsies? What's his TBP? I mean, you must be able to work it out for yourselves. He's keeping it on while asleep. So he's getting paid to just sleep. Oh, that's amazing. Kev and Jake Paul are both doing countdowns on Twitter. I feel sick. What? Jake Paul's stealing my ideas again. That boy needs an original thought. Goodness me, he wants to be me. You can tell he wants to be me. He wishes he was me. Feel sorry for him. He's an angry little man. Let his mods take over while he sleeps. It's amazing. Mods, I've got an idea. When can you do another subathon? Well, that's the thing. I don't know. We were just speculating on that just now. Who knows? I was hoping one of the May bank holiday weekends, but apparently now they're both off the table. Although I guess I could incorporate a subathon into a showdown weekend. It would write off any chances I had of winning the showdown because I'd be tired going into it. I wouldn't be able to practice, but I could potentially, assuming I'm in the showdown, of course, if I'm in the showdown at the end of May, I could start streaming at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Why am I being racist? Who's being racist? Am I being racist? Have I just been accidentally racist? Am I now at that age where I've said something and it's racist and I didn't even realise? I didn't realise I was that old. What did I say? Not me. That's all right then. Gonna say, I don't think I'm an accidental racist yet. I reckon I've got a good 10, 15 years before I'm an accidental racist. I need to be done on the internet before that sets in. Accidental arrogant. It's not accidental. You've got it, flaunt it. That's what my mother used to say to me when I was a kid. That was her main parenting advice. If you've got it, flaunt it. I assumed she was talking about my arrogance. It's what every parent says to their kids. Been saying that to my daughters since they were babies. Skirting around the racism thing. Could we pry on the Queen's grief to see if she's a tinner? I don't know how we find that. I don't know that now's the time to ask her if she's a tinner. Is it worth putting £50 into cryptocurrency, or is it not worth it? If you have to ask that question, I would say don't. Yeah, I would just say if that's the question you're asking, then don't. I think you need to, if you're genuinely interested in it, go and learn about it. Go and understand what cryptocurrency is, how it works. Decide why you would be putting 50 quid in. If you're just looking to put 50 quid in and take 70 quid out in a couple of weeks, then don't bother. I invest in crypto. I have a set amount that goes into my my crypto account every week that then buys a set amount of both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the plan for that is that I'm just going to keep accumulating. I'm just going to keep buying with no intention to sell, and just keep buying because I understand what it is. I understand how it works, and I understand how in 10 years time it'll work out being quite a good investment for me. But it's only a small part of my investment portfolio. It's less than 10% of my portfolio goes into crypto. And I'm not in it for a quick buck. I don't check the price day to day. I don't really care what happens with the price day to day. I know there's going to be a Bitcoin crash coming in when they do the halvening. And it's fine because I'm in it for the long haul. But a lot of people are just in it because they think they can get rich quick, and I wouldn't bother with that. Heavy earning the dollar. Just waiting for the next GameStop. See, I've got no interest in that kind of speculative investing. My money goes into, like I say, less than 10% goes into Bitcoin. Well, it's Bitcoin and Ethereum now. And everything else, all my other investments just go into low cost index trackers. And again, I've got no intention of selling. I buy. I've never sold. I'm not even entirely sure. I use Hargreaves Lansdown, the Hargreaves Lansdown app for all of my investment stuff. Most of my investment stuff. I don't actually know how to go about selling on there. I've got no intention of selling. I just buy every month. Right now, crypto is like any other stock. Crypto is just interesting to me as a computer scientist. I like the theory of it. And there's that FOMO. You got the whole fear of missing out of, if that's why I put such a small amount in. What I don't want to do is say crypto and be all snobby about it, and then have Bitcoin hit $1 million a coin in 10 years time, And I'm like, yeah, snobby, snobby, snobby. So I just put a little bit in. I don't mind losing if it just all goes away completely. But it's there nicely if something crazy happens again, like it often does. But I wouldn't recommend anyone else does it unless they research it and understand it and know what they're getting themselves into and are prepared to lose it. I've never been one to try and time the market on any kind of investment. It's a mug's game. If I could time the market, then I wouldn't be busting my behind making videos every day to make money. I'd just be sitting in a pile of cash. I have a young centre-back called Duncan Dunk. That is a name and a half. Has he got Slam on his favoured personnel? Bitcoin's expected to reach 100k by the end of the year, but then a crypto winter will follow. Yeah, there'll be a crash when they do the halving thing again that they do that happens every 4 years or so. I think the big mistake a lot of people make is they'll try and sell right at the top because they're trying to make a quick buck now. Whereas I'm looking forward to when the price crashes because I can buy even more then. I'll continue to buy now. But if we get a massive crash, I'm going to throw a lot of money at it. And just keep buying. I was watching I like the Millennial Money podcast that a lot of the finance guys on YouTube do. And I forget which one. It might have been Meet Kevin said on there. If you want an arrogant Kevin, check out Meet Kevin on YouTube. What a rascal. But I think he was asked when the right time to sell Bitcoin is. And the answer was brilliant. That you shouldn't be buying Bitcoin with the thought of selling it. You should be buying Bitcoin with the idea that one day you'll spend it because it'll become the currency. I don't ever have any intention of selling, but at some point I'll probably just be able to spend it. Evaj, lots of letters. Thank you very much for the bits. We need to make a substitution. Slam dunk, not that one. I like it. Right, triple change. Can we hold on? It's Sheffield against Swans. Or Swans, I guess. My name's Eva. That makes more sense. Thank you. You know there's a lot of letters after it in your username, right? It's less than half your username. We're top of the bleeping league. Beautiful stuff. Eagles! I like it when we have a bits war. Bits wars make me happy. I can't actually see the table at the moment because the predictions thing is at the top and in the way. Front door, Kevin, it. Yeah, it's not often we do a bit of front door, Kevin. I'm always a fan of the back door. But 2 games left. 2 points clear of Sunderland. Wolves are dropping like a stone. We play Hull and Reading. So Hull are down in 17th, Reading are in 12th. It's ours to bottle at this point, I think. So Fulham play Rotherham on the Friday night before the next match day. So Rotherham are in 20th. So Fulham will probably be top of the league going into this game. If we're still top of the league when we kick off against Hull, we've got a huge opportunity. Sunderland are at home to Birmingham. That's a massive match for Sunderland. And Wolves away against Birmingham in the evening kickoff, which again is massive. We could have this wrapped up by the end of the next match day. Generic Position FM, thank you for the sub. Tier 2 sub as well. 13 months, much appreciated. Thank you very much. Just when you end the stream and make us wait until tomorrow for the poll results. No, we're going to finish the season tonight. Unless we end up in the playoffs, we might not. We're going to end at 10. I've got my 6 o'clock alarm set for the morning. We're definitely going to end at 10. My name's Eva Jane, but then X replaces the Jane because Eva Jane was taken. That makes more sense. I understand now. Kev, thank you very much for the bits. I love a bits war. Bits war! Perhaps with the TBP, using the front door is more sensible this season. That's probably fair. Looking at food news and mum found a chicken brain in her KFC. That is hideous. I always remember when I was working in a state agency years ago, someone told me, and it put me off, McChicken sandwiches for life. I used to love a McChicken sandwich. I always prefer, even now, if I go to McDonald's, I always have something chicken based or veggie based these days. I've never liked their burgers, but I was put off McChicken sandwiches for life because they bit into one once and a load of pus came out of the chicken, and it was just the stench of hot pus coming out of a chicken burger where they'd just bit into like an abscess that was in this chicken burger. And just the thought of that, I could never eat a McChicken sandwich again. You imagine biting into a burger and pus pouring out of it. Is there anything worse that could happen? I think I'd rather bite into it and it be full of glass. That's my pizza in the bin. I'm sorry. Lovely, Kev. Didn't want to have a McChicken sandwich anymore anyway. I mean, it probably doesn't happen very often. You're probably more likely to get special mayonnaise in it than it be a pus-filled abscess. My TVP is shot up now. Once is too often. I mean, I don't know how you quality control something like that. How do you know if the abscess is completely contained within the burger? How do you know it's in there? I mean, I don't even think it's necessarily McDonald's fault. How do you know it's there? You're not going to X-ray every chicken burger you cook, are you? Ugh. Even now I feel a little bit, don't even want to know what special mayonnaise is. What, you don't worry about special mayonnaise every time you get anything from any fast food place? I never worked in a fast food place when I was younger, but I had some friends who did. And I know a lot of the time they were probably just trying to wind you up. But sometimes you have to wonder, is someone jizzing in that mayonnaise? And who's gonna know? Or even just spitting in it. Getting their finger in there and just giving it out. Surely special mayonnaise has another texture. I mean, if it's only a little bit, if it's mixed in with a massive vat of mayonnaise and they've just mixed it all in nicely, don't know. I laughed out loud and I'm not explaining to my parents what I'm laughing at. Tip of the day, don't eat takeaway mayo. Yeah, if it's not coming out of a sealed bottle, I'm not having it. Yeah, sneezing as well. How many times do you get a McDonald's burger then someone sneezed in it? Or not washed their hands after going to the toilets? I'm putting you off fast food for life here. Went to the toilet and didn't wash their hands, and now they're making your Big Mac. Be harder to spit in these days with them all wearing a mask. That's a good point. I love KFC too much. KFC is a bit special. Skins and chips. Probably get fired, but at the end of the day, the damage is already done. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the job turnover you get with teenagers doing jobs like that particularly, I mean, they don't really care if they get fired. I'm now not hungry. I had a Domino's in front of me. I now don't. I'm so sorry. Because Domino's is so expensive as well. I feel a little bit guilty now. It's not even Tuesday. Who orders a Domino's on a Sunday? Someone won on the Grand National yesterday. Sunday night Domino's. My word. It's my birthday. It's your birthday! Happy birthday, Kyle! I'm sorry I ruined your birthday pizza. At least there's nothing suspect about birthday cakes, eh? There's nothing that can go wrong with them. Oh, I've ruined his birthday. I'm so sorry. It was a birthday treat. Oh, perhaps the staff treated it like a birthday treat as well. Oh. I do have his. I've got previous for doing stuff like this. Not ruining someone's dinner, but I remember when we it was our induction at uni, and I didn't really know Sheepdog very well. We'd only met once or twice before, but they were giving out free bottles of water. You know what like Freshers Week is like at uni. All sorts of freebies being handed out, and we were handed out free bottles of water, and I managed to convince him this sealed bottle of water was just full of someone else's saliva, where they'd just taken it off and just spat in it all the way up to the top, and then sealed the top somehow, and then handed it out to him, and he couldn't even bring himself to open it. He just had to throw it away. That was my entertainment for the afternoon, convincing him to throw away a still sealed, perfectly fine bottle of water because he thought someone had spat in it. This is the kind of thing I do for amusement. Oh, don't concede. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Didn't know they sold bottled water 400 years ago. I started uni in 2009, I'll have you know. Is it me, or is Kev just a bit of a psycho? I just find my own ways to amuse myself. Is that so bad? We've not done ourselves any favours with a draw there, but it does look like Fulham messed up, and Sunderland are now level on points for us, but our goal difference is better than theirs. All eyes on Wolves, who are the evening kickoff, I think. But we could be going into the final day still top of the league, but desperately close at the top of the league. What is this? Who's Calais Ringberg, and why did we get £9 million for him? Holy smokes! So we had a £36 million value player come through, who at the age of 20 went to play in China. That was just before I arrived. He's 6'4" as well. I'd have loved him. How old was I when I went to uni? 27 when I started uni. I get called a psycho for bursting into rooms shouting morning at random times, but that's next level stuff. I mean, sometimes you just have to mess with people. Bearing in mind, the very first time I met Sheepdog, I've told this story many times. A lot of you already know it, but we were doing like the ice breaking stuff, and we were the two old men in the room. I think he was like 24, 25. I was 27. Everyone else was normal uni age. So he came over and said, "Hi, I'm Richard." And I said, my genuine response, to this day, I don't know what got into me. I just decided I was messing with. This was the same day I told the lecturers that I was going to burn the place down if I didn't get a first. I just went in there with the attitude of, I am just going to mess with people today. So he came over and said, "Hi, I'm Richard." And I said, "No, I already know a Richard. I'm going to call you Steve." And he just went, "Fair enough." And from then on, he was Steve. He's still Steve in my phone. He was Steve until he became Sheepdog. But he just accepted it. Who just... If someone said that to you, do you just accept it? Man's lost his mind. I'm the psycho. He just accepted me changing his name. Where did Sheepdog come from? A vicar called him it. And I happened to be listening and leapt on it like a rabid dog. Don't mind if you can hear that noise coming through. That's just all my Amazon deliveries. That are coming tomorrow. I've got a few bits coming from Amazon. I've just had all the email confirmations come through. Right. Right then. We are heading towards the final day. He wants a new contract. He can have a new contract. More stuff to put in front of the door, I know. I also call his wife Kirsty and not Claire. Yeah, because I already knew a Claire. I used to have a girlfriend called Claire, and it's weird. I didn't know a Kirsty, so I just called her Kirsty. She goes with that as well. She's been Kirsty for like 10 years. Why did a vicar call him Sheepdog? That's Sheepdog's story to tell. Can't tell his story. That'd be like me telling you why I'm called LOLLUJO. We got to keep some mystique. My sister's Kirsty. What, is she married to Sheepdog? Steve Howie girl. No, she wasn't called Claire. My sixth form girlfriend was called Claire. She's the only girl I was with for more than a year who I didn't end up living with or marrying. So it would be weird. Sheepdog can't be with her or someone pretending to be her. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, you can have a professional. Everyone can have contracts this week because it's hopefully the week we win the league. So professional contracts for everybody. Anyone wants a contract, now's the time to come and ask me for one. We're just trying to keep everybody happy this week. You get a contract. You get a contract. Luke McCormick being a championship legend like he always is. Patrick Southam got concerns. Come here and let me tickle you, Patrick. Bum, 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 ba, dum, ba, dum, bum, bum, bum. Come on, everybody. Get tickled. The tickle station's open. The tickle train's coming into the tickle station. Come and get a little tickle. Yes, I was in sixth form too. That is correct. When I had a sixth form girlfriend. Yeah, when I described my sixth form girlfriend, we were both, let's clarify, we were both in sixth form. I wasn't in my mid-30s. Danny Drinkwater has gone to Aston Vanilla. Well, I never did. What does the league look like? Pretty sexy at the moment with one game to go. So, final day of the season. Could be any two of the four of us still. But who's playing who? So Sunderland are away against Huddersfield, who are down in 17th place. We face Reading, who are down in 13th place. Wolves are at home against Swansea, who are in 18th place. And who am I missing? Where's Fulham? Fulham are at home against West Brom, who are in 19th place. So we're all facing teams in the lower half of the league. So really, all four of us should win. And there's going to be two very disappointed, victorious sides. How long are we streaming for? Either 5 more minutes or 20 minutes. Depends if we end up going up automatically or in the playoffs. Well, to be honest, we're going to stop by 10 anyway because I've got an early start in the morning. So we kind of need to win the league now. No pressure or anything, but I'd like to go up automatically so that I can go to bed on time. That's the plan. Right, this all looks right. Here we go, boys and girls. It's the final day of the season. Turn this ship around. Pump those fists. Come on, pump them. I'm going to pump every single one of them individually. You're all getting a pumping. Look how motivated they are. Seems weird having the two real boys in amongst all the new gens. Come on, then. Sunderland are already ahead in their game. How dare they? A third-minute goal for Sunderland away against Huddersfield. That puts the cat amongst the pigeons. Well, I'd like a goal now, please. Not for them. Let me clarify. I'd like a Sheffield United goal now, please. We are at home. We should be able to roar these boys into the Premier League. We just need to win. A win and we're up as champions. There's nothing anyone else can do if we win. So we're in the most luxurious position. That is terrible. I thought we were living a life of luxury around here. We're back to the top of the league. Huddersfield must have equalised against Sunderland. Excellent stuff. Now, if we could grab a goal, that would be beautiful. Prieto with the corner. It's a terrible corner that's dealt with even worse. Oh, what a goalkeeper. Oh. Come on. That guy's name is Ban Jackie. I wonder what she did to him. Probably called him arrogant on his stream. Come on. Wolves are losing, are they? Excellent. Thank you for doing my job for me. I should be the one watching the other scores. Herem has just done a terrible goal kick, but got away with it because he's having a reasonably good game. So Fulham are now ahead in their game and have leapfrogged above us. So now we enter the precarious situation where if Sunderland go back ahead in their game, we'll drop down to third. We need a goal. We're somehow going in top of the league on the last day of the season and still trying to find a way to backdoor Kev. Do we go attacking? Do we go for this a little bit? I'm gonna encourage them. Reverse backdoor. That might be what's happening here. Come on, boys! Ridiculous. Oh, the tension is getting to me. Fulham are 2-0 up now in their game. Still 1-1 between Huddersfield and Sunderland. I don't even know who Wolves are playing. I can't even see them. Wolves are now drawing 1-1 with Swansea. Sunderland have now gone back ahead in their game. We're down to third as it stands. We are going attacking and we are demanding more. We must score a goal. We've got a corner through Prieto and it's another pretty poor corner. Come on, boys. Oh. I hope this isn't a preview of what's going to happen in real life this year. Heartbreak as Sunderland go ahead of my team on the last day of the season. Oh, if I have to do it, I'd rather it happen now than happen in real life in a few weeks' time. Oh, for goodness sake. Ah! I was praising him before the game. I'm tempted to go 3 at the back because we've got to score. We could go to like a back three. Get him out the way. He's the one who's getting sacrificed, I think. Oh, I hate this. Oh, my God. Oh, that was almost worse than what's going on in the match. We're going to get Wang on. And more is coming on. Except we're going to do this. Come on, then. More! More! What? What's going on?
You and me stuck on the ocean now. Nothing but waves in this building in. I want to dry up, but you just keep
Right.
going.
So, what's going on in the other games? Fulham are winning 2-1. Sunderland are winning 2-1. We just need a goal. We win the league if we score. We're going to get tall, short Matt on.
We don't have to drift inside this dome. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I want to pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus.
Right.
You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can
Come on!
go back there to a place with no
Hold on.
we can turn this
How tall is he?
around. We can turn this
6'6".
all the way
I've got a plan.
chasing all that we do not care, chasing all that we don't have, chasing all that we do not care, all the way back home, chasing all that we do not care, chasing all that we don't have, chasing all that we do not care. Yesterday we could be ourselves.
It doesn't matter if Reading score from the halfway line. Losing 1-0 is no different from drawing 0-0. It's score a goal and win the league. If we don't score, it doesn't matter if they do. So there's never been a better time to go all out attack and just throw the kitchen sink at it.
Turn around 180 degrees.
Come on!
The sea. I will not let us fade away. It's not a
Right,
price I
here we
wanna
go.
pay.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, boys!
Lost our purpose.
Yeah! Change everything! Change everything!
We can still go back there to a place with no
Right, we've got anyone who can play left back.
ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way chasing all that we do not care, chasing all
I think we can do this.
all the way back home, chasing all that we do not care, chasing all that we don't have.
Don't mind me, just bumming, casually bumming, while we're just trying to sort all this out. Oh yeah, corners as well. Good shout. Very good shout.
And I just feel that this will be an upswing. So hear me out. No,
Right.
lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can
Come on, boys. Do not mess it up from here.
to a place with no cares.
We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around. Come on. Oh, the ball's at the wrong end of the pitch. Get rid of it. Kick it a long way. Kick it. Kick it like it's ruined your McChicken sandwich. Come on. Oh, no. No. Oh, my God. Oh, my word.
I want to dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you?
Holy.
All my reasoning have disappeared. I want to bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome.
Yellow Jacket Kev. We are Premier League.
It's not a price I want to pay, and it's not too late.
All together now.
No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back.
Ah! Ammo Ham, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs.
5 subs.
Yes! Take it outstretched arms today. Hydrate. I shall. It's the last drop of my Apple Tango. Posture check complete as well. There is your confirmation. We are champions. Let's see how much. This is going to dictate whether or not we look for another job tomorrow night or just go nuts tomorrow night. Scotty's in with a 5 gifted as well. Thank you very much, Scotty.
Warden just gifted 5 subs.
How much money do we need in the budget for us to stay? That's the question. I reckon if we get like 60 million, we stay. Anything less than that and we look to move on. Eagles, thank you for the bits. So, I'm finding him. I don't really want to find him. Our budget for next year is borderline. I mean, 40 million is a good amount of money, but we spent 35 this year. We spent 139 last year. I mean, we did sell 85 million pounds off, and I only did half of that. A lot of it happened before I arrived. Well, I mean, we'll see tomorrow. If the right job comes up, we'll apply for it. But tomorrow night is going to be transfers and job hunting, and we'll see what happens from there. What is going on? So I want manager jobs, please. I just want club ones. So at the moment, there's nothing interesting available. So at the moment, we stay. We've got lots of spare wage budget. Someone just asked about that. So we'll see tomorrow night. Transfers ahoy! We're in the Premier League. Beautiful stuff. Boys and girls, we're going to end things there. Let's find somebody to raid. If I even remember how to raid. Is raiding still a thing? It's been nearly 2 weeks since I did a Twitch stream. Do I even remember how to raid? Apparently Clates plays DayZ now. Herb's a Grand Theft Auto streamer. Does anyone play Football Manager anymore? I tell you what. Sheepdog streaming. I know he's not playing Football Manager. But just go and say, hello, Richard. How are you doing, Richard? Hi, everyone go in. Hi, Richard. How's Kirsty? That's what I want you to say. Hi, Richard. How's Kirsty? And I'll see you back here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, for transfers and job hunting and various other shenanigans. Thank you for watching, boys and girls. Hello, Richard. How's Kirsty? Toodle pip.
Happiest days of a boat owner's life are the day they buy it and the day they sell it, so kind of put off by that. Hey, I just realised what happened. I was like, I heard a noise then. Thanks for popping in.